right now. I see dead people.
Welcome to Blondes and Booze. You are about to embark on a journey, one that often leads to more questions than answers. But fear not, your host, Krista, Aaron, and Brandy have the experience, the perseverance, and yes, even the gifts to pull back the veil and allow us to glimpse the other side. They will share not only their experiences, but will introduce you to world-renowned researchers and experiencers to help you find answers in the murky waters of what we call the paranormal. Their bonds with each other reach far beyond friendship, resulting in a pull no punches approach to the many subjects they explore. Their goal? To open eyes, hearts, and even minds to what lies on the other side, and the answers residing there.
Hey everybody, welcome. As you can see, we're missing a blonde. She is having technical difficulties, so she is doing her best to get in here with us. So anyway, how are you guys?
You know what? If there's any better, it wouldn't be legal. So
there you go.
Good.
There you go.
Yeah, good. Same here, I guess.
Yes.
I'm doing actually not too bad. I fell asleep about 2 PM, which is highly unusual for me to do.
Yeah.
And then I got the call from Krista. I go, yeah, let's do it. I mean, after all, it's only Saturday night at midnight where I live. What else am I supposed to be doing? Running around with all the young people.
There you go. Well, you just know.
I'm young at heart, though.
Yeah.
You be out cruising for chicks.
Yeah, you know.
Well, you could be, Rob.
I could be cruising for chicks.
You absolutely could be.
I could be. It gets me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I guess we all kind of boring life. We're all sitting here together on a Saturday night from our homes.
We're a bunch of boring people.
Oh, I had an absolutely riveting day. We had a garage sale.
Well, that works.
I love garage sales. I don't like having garage sales.
No?
I like attending.
Yeah. I like.
Yep.
I spend money when I go out like that. I don't like spending money.
Yeah, but
the only thing worse than having a garage sale is moving, because they're very much alike.
Yes, they are. Wholeheartedly agree.
We pulled pretty much everything out of our storage unit, and we got rid of so much crap. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And what didn't sell went to Goodwill.
There you go. Yep.
Yes,
we literally took 2 truckloads of stuff to Goodwill today. It's like,
it works. And whenever I have a garage sale, and I've done several of them, I price my shit like a quarter.
That's what we did.
Yeah, I don't put like $3 on a shirt or something. I want to get rid of it. That's why it's there.
Yes,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
Yep.
Now, you did mention when you go to a garage sale, you spend a lot of money. Now, if you go to a garage sale, typically, if you bring $10, you should probably, get some cool stuff.
Yeah.
But I've got a friend that has a garage sale every spring and every fall. And I'm like, why are you selling a shirt for $10? Well, I never wore it. Well, does it really matter?
Right.
It's been sitting in your closet for 20 years.
Right. And there she is. She has arrived.
I have.
Brandy.
God.
You know, when everything breaks, it all breaks at the same time. I had to sit there and reload everything. My mic wasn't working. I wasn't getting any sound. I was like, I have no idea. So, but
That
I'm
is so
here. I
weird.
made it.
What does your shirt say? Don't make what? What does your shirt say, Brandy?
Is don't make me axe you twice. So Lizzie Borden house.
I like it. I like it.
That's cool.
That's funny. That's a great one. Yeah, we were talking garage sales. What
Yeah.
what are your 2 cents on garage sales, Brandy?
Garage sales?
Uh-huh.
I don't usually go to garage sales. I'm always afraid I'm going to pick up something I shouldn't.
Yes,
Yep.
Brandy. You guys all know my garage sale and trinket
Yep.
story. Never again.
Yep. Glenn has a good point here. Sell all your junk at a garage sale and buy more junk at someone else's sale. True
Yeah.
story.
You know, we got really lucky on this one though. We had, now get this, we bought because we downsized. A lot of y'all know we downsized and you know we moved in with my mother-in-law, which I know that sounds like a horror story, but she's an incredibly sweet woman.
Mhm.
And so because all of our kids, you know, we have an empty nest, so you know, and so we moved in with mother-in-law, so we downsized incredibly. I mean, it was unbelievable. So we had bought ourselves for our anniversary. We bought ourselves 2 new recliners to, you know, have in our den. And I mean, it wasn't 2 days after we had one, the arm pretty much broke off of one, right? It was this bad piece of wood. Brandy, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It split, and you know, as far as furniture goes. So we contacted the outfit that we bought them from, and you know, hey, can you send us another bottom part of this recliner? That's not what they did. They sent us 2 new recliners.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what was, and it really worked. And I think, and I believe everything happens for a reason.
Mhm.
So today we're having the garage sale, and we gave my mother-in-law took one of the recliners that we got, and the other one we were just gonna, you know, we put it in the garage sale, and you know, it's got a broken arm. It's just a piece, and all it was is a busted piece of wood about that big. That's all it was.
Mhm.
You know, so it easily refit. You know, and brand new, still had the tag hanging off of it. Nobody wanted to buy it because they didn't want to fix it. I get that. This gentleman shows up, and he's got a little boy and a little girl with him. Turns out he's a newly single father, which is not, you know, that's never good, but you know, whatever happens. And he doesn't, they just moved in down the street. He don't have any furniture. He's got a couch in the back of his pickup that he just picked up. And he stops by the garage sale. So we ended up giving him the recliner, and we were just about to wrap up, and we were like, you know what, go through here, whatever you want, it's yours.
Mhm.
So we were able to help them out, you know, and that's always a good feeling. And so I think, like I said, I think everything happens for a reason, and that happened so we could help them out. So that was, you know, that was a good feeling. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's always nice when you can help others out, you know, for sure. For sure. Like I said, when I do a garage sale, I put a quarter on all that stuff, everything. It's got to go.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
I told, you know, well, we were all joking around. I don't know. I say joking. I don't think we were joking. Like, you know, honestly, somebody come up and offer $100 for everything. You load it, you can have it.
Yep, it's all yours.
You know,
Yep.
I live so far out, I can't even have a garage sale. Nobody be able to find my house.
True. That's true. I've been to your house. You do live out in the middle of nowhere.
this was a citywide garage sale.
Wow.
So I mean, there was people all over the city, you know, having garage sale.
Yeah.
It's like, good God. But
Funny story about a garage sale. So since we're, it's late night, we're not real serious. So years ago, my grandma, she loved garage sales. If there was one, oh my God, we'd have to take that right turn. We'd have to go to it, right? So she had my kids with her when they were younger, and they went garage sailing. And I got a call from my daughter, and she was probably like 13 at the time. She goes, "Oh my God, you got to come get us. Granny just backed into a car and then went to go forward and hit another car. So, and she left. So,
oh no.
oh yeah. So I was married to my ex-husband at the time. So I sent him to go get my kids from my grandma. She denied it the whole time until the police showed up at my mom's house. My grandma lived with my mom. Fortunately, my brother lived there, who was a police officer. And we made it right, but she really did not believe that she hit cars. We took her license that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. True story.
Garage sales. I kind of shy away from garage sales. Like I said, I'm afraid I'm always going to pick something up that I shouldn't. And I mean that because I don't want it to have any type of attachment or something like that. That's where I get a little bit spooky, especially when you're dealing with estate sales. Estate sales are the ones that no. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, I get.
Well, you got so much stuff going on at your house already, Brandy. What's another one?
I got too much already. I mean, that's exactly the problem. I don't need any more.
Well, they don't take up. It's not like they take up space. You can have. You're like a paranormal. Room and board. Like a bed and breakfast.
You know what? Yeah. In fact,
bed and booze. There you go.
Yeah. In fact, I just thought of something. With all the investigations that Brandy and Krista do go on, because you do travel all over, right?
Yep.
You should do a live show just from your house, Brandy. Set up everything. You can go
I thought about that. I thought about it. But unfortunately, if I open that can of worms, it's gonna get
worse,
crazy. It's gonna get crazy. I do have my youngest daughter, she's 13, and I have my elderly mother who live in my home, and I just don't need it any worse than it already is.
Yep.
So
real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to Chris Nichols. Thank you very much.
Hey, Chris.
We met him this past weekend. He was on part of the Bigfoot expedition. And while we're talking about that real quick, Randy Harrington is also in chat, and I'm going to share his link, his YouTube page. Go and show him some love and subscribe to his page.
Yeah.
He's
got some really awesome drone footage on his page. With night vision, it is absolutely awesome. And then you can also see there where Krista and I were camping and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. Yeah. They got some cool stuff going on out there.
Yep. So I just dropped his link in the chat also. So if you have not done so, go and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications. There we go. Okay.
And really quickly too, like Tex was talking about garage sales really briefly. Tex was mentioning helping people, and Christy mentioned kids, but I do remember though my same friend who I've known forever, he had had 4 kids, right? And so, but most people married with kids know that your baby clothes is, they're so expensive and they grow out of it, right? In like weeks, it seems. So she had all of this stuff, literally probably thousands of clothes. And she did that though, just to get rid of it, 50 cents, $1. And a lot of the people that do go to the garage sale, really, that's kind of why they're there. Cause trying to make ends meet, right? The people though were really excited about getting a lot of these clothes, especially since she kept the clothes in good shape. I mean, a lot of these young kids wear something one time, and that's it. Yeah. They're moving on to the next size.
True story.
So that is probably for people, young couples or whatever, shopping for the kids. Even though you don't want to buy your baby or your 5-year-old, 3-year-old clothes from a garage sale, I get it. I don't know about that, but a lot of people have to do what they do, so that's a pretty cool thing because you save a lot of money. Yeah. That's so expensive.
Oh yeah, Absolutely.
Just to wear one
Yeah.
time or 2 times.
Mm-hmm. And kids, they grow so fast, like especially shoes. I don't buy shoes at a garage sale or anything, but as Tex said, he, donated a lot of stuff to people, from his, and I'm the same way, like my kids can't wear it. If somebody can't afford to get their kids shoes, I can't even tell you how many like winter coats I have donated to, like different charities, because there are families that can't afford to buy their children coats and stuff, so I'm all about it. All about it.
Yeah, I'll call it, I was a late bloomer when I started to have children. I was in my late 20s, so all of my friends that I was around had already had children. They had them in their early 20s or mid 20s. And here I come at my late 20s having kids, so people around me would give me all these clothes, and I can't tell you how much I appreciated that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean they're constantly ruining clothes, and it was so expensive. So, hey, pass them on. People need those
I
things.
think, and I think anytime you get a chance to pay something forward, you should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just because when me and my wife got married, we didn't have a whole lot, and neither one of us making, very much money, and we had a lot of people help us out, and it feels really good to be in a position where, like I said, you can pay it forward. So, and I if more people did that, I think it'd be a better world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It would be a better world.
And I don't want anybody to call me a damn snowflake either. So you can hang that shit up. So.
Welcome, Brian. Glad to have you here with us. So yeah, it's crazy.
Guys, I'm not ignoring you in the chat. My problem is I can't type fast enough to keep up with everybody that says hi, and I don't want to miss anybody. So that's why I've been doing blanket hellos. I really appreciate, everybody. Today's show, guys.
Yeah, I saw.
You were there. Krista, were you in the show? Were you in the chat today? Oh my gosh. Rob, you were there.
Snapping.
Yeah, I was there.
Good grief. I could not believe the outpouring of freaking support, because we're back now. We were able to remonetize. And me and Danielle were just, I can't say speechless because neither one of us are ever at a loss for words, but it was just, man, y'all, our family group here in chat, they showed up and very humbling. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. I'm sorry. It was we did a live show as Infamous Minds today. You didn't catch it. It's about the gorilla killer, and a lot of people haven't heard about this guy.
Yeah,
and he was actually
that's a piece of work.
Man, he was 22 to 29 murders. He's
Yeah. And he was into necrophilia. So I mean, it was a story, and I'm just sitting there cringing, and it was just ooh, and the victims were, of any age. There was even what was it, an 8-month-old, 9-month-old child or something like that?
Him and his mother,
Man, that's sick.
Yeah.
When they caught him, and when they caught him, he was at, now this is what I don't get. He's at a boarding house. And when they caught him, they went to search his room, and they found, what do they find? They find a dead body underneath his bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's surprising that story didn't get much more public notoriety.
I know.
Well, and it happened back, it happened back in the 20s. He was born in like 1918 or something like that. And he's credited for being, a lot of people say he's the first sexual driven serial killer.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. There's no way that's true, because this has been happening, since the beginning of time. But I think he was the first documented one.
Wow.
He and a lot, like I said, a lot of people haven't heard of him, but he was like the third most prolific serial killer in the United States. But he not only he actually got caught in Canada.
Wow.
And they hung him in Canada.
Oh, they should have done more than that.
Yeah. They should have hung him slowly by something else.
he was so, but I mean, the guy was so much of a narcissist. And you talk about playing the victim. When he was on the gallows, his last words were, "I forgive everybody that's wronged me."
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing. Never
I think
took accountability for anything he did.
Yeah. I think he got off easy by being hung. I mean, as we know that hanging is not,
I'm telling you, they should have hung him by something else first, not his neck.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree.
I think I would have skinned him alive right there.
Or burnt him at the stake. I don't know if I'd. Boy, both are gruesome. Skinning or burning.
Either one.
I'd pick either one.
Something slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, something slow.
I'm in the mind. Okay, now I'm pro death penalty. Okay.
I am too.
I personally think if you get convicted, if you get the death penalty, and unfortunately our system's not perfect, innocent people get convicted and killed. But if you get convicted for something like that, I think you should have to your death sentence should be the same that you did to your victims.
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely they should. Real quick, I want to address something, Gary. Yes, Gary Spikes actually gave Brandy and I walking stick this past weekend, and we definitely appreciate it. And I had every intention of using it on Saturday night until we had a storm come in. That storm
she did.
Yeah,
she really did. She had it out. It was leaning against her chair. She was ready to go.
We were ready to go. But unfortunately, the storm came in. And then I can't talk a whole lot more about it right now. But the rest of the night, all I'm going to say is Bigfoot is real. Stay tuned for October.
I love it. And Pops, Gary Spike Senior's I call him Pops. As a lot of y'all know, he's one of our trackers on our team. And he makes these awesome freaking walking sticks.
He does.
He really
does. Mine. Yeah. I love it.
That's something to keep in mind for the future moving forward with both my bad knees. Pops.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
I'll send you some money, Pops.
No, they're very nice. Very nice walking sticks. I definitely appreciate it. Randy says, Gary, she's lying. We played sword fighting with those walking sticks. That's saying something coming from the pole dancer, and that's all I'll say about that one too. Anyway,
I know every time we go out, that's one of the things he's looking for. Is branches that make a good walking stick.
There you go. Yeah, they're great.
It's funny, when I was a little kid, speaking of walking sticks, and I was a kid, I don't know, probably 5. And I always mentioned that, I grew up, one of my favorite movies growing up was the Werewolf with Lon Chaney Jr. What I like, when his character Larry, was Larry Talbot, right? That was the main, that was him who turned into the werewolf. I love the part of the, and I'm a kid, so I'm thinking, I'm already as a little kid, I'm thinking, am I strange already at 5? The guy goes in and buys that. Yeah, the guy goes into this. Larry goes into, and he buys a walking stick, a cane, and for all you that have seen the movie, he buys this really cool black walking stick, and the head is the silver werewolf head, which which his dad ends up using on his son to kill him, because the werewolf, of course, took the silver bullet or be killed with silver. So at the end of the movie, he takes his son's cane, the walking stick, and beats him, to kill him at the end of the movie. Kind of
Ah,
ironic. Yeah, isn't that something though?
That
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Wow.
Randy said, "Oh, now he's saying I was the pole dancer, the saucy Santa." That's going to cost you. Randy. That's going to cost you.
That's hilarious.
You just booked yourself on my show. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Saucy Santa.
If you are a member of the Blondes and Booze channel, the video of Randy Harrington pole dancing is available to members only. It is on there now.
Yes.
So if you want to see it, subscribe.
It's on there.
Join the membership. It's on there.
We had so much fun making that video.
Melissa's on my side. Texas make a lot of money. You bet. I make a lot of money being paid to quit. Stop.
Here's $50. Get off the stage.
My eyes, Christ, I'm going blind.
I blinded.
Yeah.
Someone hit me with the cane.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you're talking about your members, your members only thing.
Mm-hmm.
We just started our members, and we just cranked up our membership.
Yeah.
And so if you want to become a porcher, that's what we're calling them. Yeah, exactly. Randy says Texas is reverse pole dancer. People paying to get dressed. That ain't no lie. But we just started it, and what we're doing, the perk is once or twice a month. What we're going to do is, and one or two people from the team is going to be hosting, be doing a live for members only, and you'll be able to have Q&A, even get up, on screen and talk to us if you want, and we'll give, and we're going to do giveaways. So that's what you get. I think it's like $3 a month.
I think that's what ours is. It's like $3 a month or something.
Yeah.
So,
And that's super fun too. I mean, not only do you get to come to one side and see us on the booze side, but then you have the Porch group, and you'll be able to see us over there. So it's like double whammy.
Yeah. And another thing we've got going on, and I know me and Brandy for sure are going to be there, but we're doing a collaboration with, and that's what I'm going to call it. We're doing a collaboration with Midwest Night Watchers October 14th at 7 p.m. Central. And it's going to be me, the ones that are confirmed right now to be on the panel. I haven't heard from Krista yet.
Yes, she did. I sent it. I was the first one.
Yes, she did.
Oh, okay.
She was the first one, Tex.
All right. Well, Krista and Brandy's going to be there. It's going to be me, Krista, Brandy, Danielle, and Jason so far. So, Rob, do you want to commit?
October 14th. What day is that?
It's
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write me down.
All right. There you go. See, so now you got the four of us plus Danielle and Jason. So
that'll work.
Yeah. It's going to be an awesome panel. I can't wait.
Now, whose channel's that on? Midwest or Texas?
Midwest Night Watchers. Yeah.
Midwest. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun.
That is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be neat because it's going to be really the first time that all of us have been on the same show together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on a show. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah, Krista, Brandy, Jason from the original group. Now Danielle. Yeah, we've never all been together at one time.
No.
So that'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm into it now. Now I'm really pumped up.
Randy asked, "What will the subject matter be for the panel discussion?" Honestly, I don't know. I do. What will the subject be?
Well, I'm going with Dogman and Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yeah, Midwest Night Watchers.
I'll say this, in lieu of recent events from several members of our team it's going to be a good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And like I was saying, getting ready to say, is night watchers. They're so diverse in their subjects, like we are, that we can pretty much talk about anything on that channel, just like we do on ours. So something you don't want to miss there. So
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And Gerald's right. He says, I'm sure it will go off the rails. There's no doubt about that. Our trains tend to take a dirt road. So
I was going to say, there's rails. Who put those there?
Yeah. Those are what we saw over there, way over on the left over here.
Yeah. Might have the occasional speed bump, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I love that. Glenn says, the greatest collaboration since the Flintstones meet the Jetsons.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, so something else I wanted to remind everybody about. Chris and I were talking, and we were going through who we were subscribed to on YouTube. Krista found out today that she was unsubscribed to Midwest Night Watcher, so she had to resubscribe. So make sure you take time to check those channels again, because I don't know what they're doing.
Well, let me tell you,
no idea.
You know what? And listen to this one, Brandy. Thanks for that. My buddy Texas Front Porch, found on YouTube, of course. Saturday's show, 3:00 in East. I'm waiting for my alert bell to go off because I have Texas Front Porch on the alert bell to watch Infamous Minds. It doesn't go off. I'm looking at my phone. It's 3:05. It's 3:05 in the afternoon. Text. I go into my YouTube, Texas Front Porch. I'm not a subscriber. I had to resubscribe. And that's weird. Man,
I was unsubscribed to my own channel, Rob, through my other profile, just under my name. I was unsubscribed to Blondes and Booze.
To her own channel. I was like,
but it's funny, really quick.
And really a lot of people as creators, you'll notice that your subscribers count will go up and down, up and down, up and down. And then you'll see a big drop. You might lose 10, 20 subscribers, and then the next day you gain 30. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it is weird because I was going to say the same thing, Tex. I had like 10 new subs, so I should be 10 more subs. So I'm like, cool, I'm all excited. So I look at my subscriber list. I stayed the same. How does that happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
YouTube is so weird I don't know. I don't know why they unsubscribe people. I don't understand that.
No. I try to figure it out.
Just a word of advice, your favorite channels that you watch, just please make sure you're still subscribed and your bell icon is hit and all that good stuff. Because
And then I always get lately I'll also get an alert bell sent 20 minutes after a show has started even.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? You might have 15 people in chat at the start of a show, then all of a sudden out of the woodwork you have 45, like in a matter of minutes, because they're all getting a delayed alert bell, I imagine. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I just like to remind everybody all the time, because if we're getting unsubscribed to our own channels, there's something going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we're definitely not doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Poncho Zorge says he subscribed to Brown Dwarf and an hour later he wasn't. I believe it.
I believe that.
I believe it.
It's crazy. It's crazy how YouTube works. So anyway, guys.
Yeah.
And then Donnie Cho says, meanwhile, I'm trying to get canceled and I keep getting new subs.
Leave it to Donnie to work backwards.
Right. Teach us your secret, Donnie.
And if you watch the Donnie Cho show, he could be subject to cancellation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's broken about every rule out there.
Yeah, I think he has, Donnie. He's broken them all.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's me over there, the porch.
Right.
We try not to step on anybody's toes, as far as we don't want to offend the YouTube gods.
And we can't keep from getting demonetized.
Yep. That's
me and Tex can't stay monetized to save our life over there.
No, we can't.
Well, it's all those crazy all the crazy subject matter. Who talks about Dogman and Bigfoot?
I know.
You know,
I know all that crazy stuff. Aliens, all that stuff we talk about. It's just, I'm like, what? We just can't stay monetized. But
thank you,
we're
Randy.
monetized again.
Thank you, Randy. We appreciate that.
Randy, I appreciate you watching after my girls.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. We had a great weekend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Yeah,
more exciting stuff to come though. So
yeah,
stay tuned for the first part of October, guys, because it's going to be a show you don't want to miss. And all we're going to say is Bigfoot is real.
Yes,
it's like I'm chomping at the bit.
Yeah, and Randy and Shane Carpenter and the Nana Boss will be on, and we're going to talk about it. So,
yep, we're going to talk about all the fun we had and everything else at the conference. I have to say that was the first time that I'd ever been to a conference where I actually camped out.
Yeah, me too.
And had to go to the conference. I mean, I can't even tell you as a woman the challenges in that one. I know that the smell had to have been somewhat ripe all over the place.
That's what I was going to say, but everybody smelled the same, so you didn't notice.
Well, Randy's he's given away another hint, and we'll talk about it more, but he said, I chatted with Bigfoot just outside of my tent. And by golly, he did. He did more than chat with them.
I don't know why. But when I just caught that comment at a glance. I thought he said Bigfoot farted outside my tent for some. I don't know.
Well, that could have happened
too. Well, Tech, you have had some strange occurrences outside your tent back in the day camping.
I've had strange occurrences inside my tent. What are you talking
about? Well, we just got the girls monetized a couple months ago. We'll leave it at that.
Let's not go there. Right?
Don't kill us yet.
Yep. And Brandy
we're all
and I
monetized at the same time here, Tex. Yeah. We need to keep it that way.
Well, Brandy and I talked about it, and everybody that's throwing us the super chats and stuff, we definitely appreciate it. And so we decided next year there's only 3 conferences that we are going to do. There's one in Texas, and it's a paranormal one with the Kling brothers. We're going to do the Alabama Bigfoot conference with you guys. And then we are going to go back again to the Ozark conference that was just this past weekend. The rest of the time, we are going to be out in the field, be it at a haunted location or, LBL or wherever we can go out and do things. So, we send us is definitely appreciated. And that's what, we use that money for. So
I mean,
you guys, good content.
We try to make all the conferences and do, the circuit and everything. And, as fun as that is, a lot of that came out of our own pocket. And, we liked meeting everybody and we like, talking and hearing the stories and stuff. But I'm telling you what, we're not out there doing what we love too. We want to get out there and find stuff and see stuff and get more content. And I think we can do better with that being out in the field than being at a conference, as much as we love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, because I do love sitting around talking to everybody, hearing everybody's stories, but I miss it. And so that's what we're going to do next year is concentrate being out more. Not to say that we won't add one if Chris and I decide that we want to do it, but we're gonna tone it down and work.
It's just the 3. I think we did like 7 this year, and so that's way too many. It took us from being out in the field, so we want to be out in the field more. So we are, like I said, we're going to do those 3 conferences next year, and that's it.
I think 3 is a good number. 7, that's like
we did a bunch this year.
That's like almost
I mean, we traveled all the way to Michigan, to Texas. We've been all over, this year.
You guys were in Michigan. When did I miss that one? You guys were in Michigan?
The snowstorm. Remember, you were snowed in at your house.
I know.
And you couldn't get there.
The pause.
You know,
and
have y'all noticed there's always a reason that he can't go?
I know. We go an hour from him, 1 hour, snowstorm and all, and he can't make it 1 hour to see us. Not one.
I had
thought-
something else going on. Wasn't I had surgery or something? I don't know what that was.
No, you just didn't have.
No, that was an excuse for another one.
Oh
No,
yeah,
it was
probably.
the snowstorm.
That was
It was
for
the snowstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my fantasy draft. So I've had a lot of important engagements.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure. And yes, Brandy, definitely count us in, and we can do a live show from there. Absolutely. We're in 100%.
You know, talking about conferences, I've got, I'm speaking at one, and this is different. This is going to be kind of cool because it's not a Bigfoot or paranormal or cryptid or anything. September 30th here in Fort Worth. It's an Urban X Con is what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's urban explorers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
And very, very dear friend of mine. Zach from Rooted Expeditions was one of the people hosting this thing. So it'd be good to see them and see, you know, him and his wife and Amy and Laney from What the Paranormal. I haven't seen them in a coon's age. Can't wait to catch up with them again. So it's going to be interesting. I won't be talking Bigfoot.
No.
So it's different. Yeah, it's different.
Wow.
And then
what are you talking about?
Are you not listening to the show?
No, I mean
it's an urban explorers conference.
Urban
Is
explorer.
what it is.
Yeah.
I was talking to people in chat text. Every time I talk on the chat.
Important stuff. He's not paying attention to me. But and then in what was it? April 27th of next year, I'll be speaking at the Falk
Arkansas.
Yeah, Falk, Arkansas conference.
Cool.
Sure.
Tex, Randy has a question for you. It says, I have been down to a ranch by the Guadalupe River a couple times north of San Antonio. Are you aware of any stuff going on down there?
I know them critters get waspy down there. I do know that. I haven't been down there. But I do know they got a bad attitude down there for some reason. I don't know maybe it was Randy going there making them mad. I don't know, but they tend to stay in a bad mood.
Down there is what it is. It's too damn hot.
That whole that too. That whole area, the Big Thicket area, Davy Crockett National Forest, that whole area down there, are known for those wood apes, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call them, being waspy. And when I say waspy, they're pissy.
They got an attitude.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, they'll throw stuff at you and bluff charge you and all kinds of stuff. And I've been wanting to get down there. So
yeah,
it's because I keep hearing about it. And I mean, it's in my home state. I just got to get down there. But
well, I got to tell you, like my whole after this past weekend, and we'll elaborate more on it in October. My whole idea of Bigfoot has changed since this last weekend.
Yeah, and you know, and I you know, you're talking about that they're a little bit angry down in that area, Texas. I don't think it matters anywhere in Texas. I think they're a little bit angry.
Well, you know, I don't think it stops at Texas either.
No, it doesn't.
It tends to go a little north of the border. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Up those foreign lands up there, you know, above the Red River, because anything, you know, in Texas, anything above the Red River is a foreign country. So, but yeah, for some reason, I don't know. I'm gonna blame it on the heat and humidity. If I was that, and I'm almost that hairy, but if I was that freaking hairy and I had to roam around, I know that's why I don't go out when it's freaking hot. I'm an old fat hairy man. So.
The last time we were out there was in May, and it was hot during the day. Yeah. It was you're just sweating. It didn't matter if you were in the shade or in the sun, you were just sweating. Mm-hmm. And that's in May.
Yeah.
The humidity was a killer.
Yeah.
And it was crabby too.
It didn't help that our campsite had zero air, because when we got up there, on top of that hill, it wasn't bad. Mm-hmm. Wasn't bad at all. But man, down in the campsite, there was no air moving, and man.
Yeah, it was like at nighttime when we were coming up to the hill, when we drove in and we got out with the fresh springs there, it felt like air conditioning out there. I thought, this is nice.
And that is
don't
a good
walk away
cold
from it. Don't leave it.
But
it was nice.
Crazy. And talking about that place real quick, it's something we've got to figure out, is the whole cone of silence thing that we got going up there. It works so weird.
Yeah.
The stuff that you can hear, the stuff that you can't hear. It's like, I don't know how, I don't understand
I don't understand the acoustics. I don't get it.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I don't get it, because I want to know how we can see something walking in front of us, but we can't hear it. But people standing behind us looking the other way can hear it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, definitely and like you said, you can stand at the top of the hill. And even though it is a distance, it's not that big of a difference from the top to the bottom of the hill. And you can yell at the top and they won't hear you at the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you can hear everything from the bottom.
Yeah, you can hear the traffic way off in the distance, miles off in the distance, you can hear the traffic. I'm like, okay. I have no clue, but okay.
And for some reason, you can hear the springs on an ATV squeaking. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
But we didn't quite know what direction it was coming from. There you go. We didn't know exactly.
And we were, awesome. Y'all got a new member.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now you get to see the goofy part of us, because that's usually where our goofy stuff goes.
y'all were talking about, this thing that you're going to be able to come off of in October and tell everybody exactly what happened and all this kind of stuff. And it's exciting stuff, I'm sure. But I mean, I can tell just by the way y'all are acting. But we got something else going on too that we're involved in, and we're doing I'm trying to figure out what I can tell y'all. We're doing an investigation. We were asked to come help some people.
Thank you.
That have
got another new member. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
Sorry, text, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh,
sorry.
But I don't apologize for interrupting y'all. But we're doing an investigation to try to help these people figure out what it is they got going on. Mm-hmm. And so I got to tell you, some of the evidence that we've seen come out of this case is, if this turns out to be what it appears to be on the surface, this is game changing. Mm-hmm. This is game changing. Yeah. And it is going to floor everybody involved. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I can't say much anything else because I really don't know how big this is going to get. It could be freaking huge.
Right.
Really, really good.
Right.
But let's see. You know what? I'll say this because this is something y'all got to look forward to. I hate to just tease you like that without telling you something. One of the pieces of evidence that we've got is a claw that was stuck in a tree in a series of claw marks on a tree.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and first observation from a vet was it's canine. So y'all have got that to look forward to. But I can't tell you
It'll
where,
be interesting.
Can't tell you where, can't tell you who, but yeah, we're
It'd be interesting.
We're there's a lot of us involved in it, and we're doing our best to do due diligence, go by the book, and yeah. So,
can we divulge the location on the tree where this claw mark is? This claw is?
No, I'm not. No,
He's
I'm
asking
not.
how far up on the tree.
How far up the tree? Was
How far up the tree?
I know where it
was.
was. I was asking you if you can tell people.
About 5 to 6 feet.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
And the claw marks are bigger than much bigger than a human hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
That's going to be interesting to see. But then again, text down there. I it could be just about anything.
Yeah,
so it's going to be very interesting as our investigation goes on to see what exactly we're dealing with, and that thing is going to be the key. That's the key
no doubt.
to everything.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Unless it comes back, that the DNA is not identifiable, and then we're like, okay.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
We have our first meeting with the client, and first tour of the property coming up Monday.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting though. Because they really need some help. Otherwise, they wouldn't have asked. They wouldn't have talked to them about it.
And that's one thing that we really have, as a group, we have to keep in mind is these people came to us not asking to come on the show and show what they've got. They didn't ask any of that. They came up and they asked for help. They have no interest in being on the show. They have no interest in doing anything else. They just want help because they don't feel safe on their property.
Okay, let me stop you right there for just a minute. Krista, we're at 52 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's take a 5-minute break. We'll come right back and we'll finish up talking about this. Anyway, see everybody in 5.
Yep, be back in 5 minutes.
Four minutes to go, folks. 4 minutes. Three minutes. We're almost there. 2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. One minute. 1 minute.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back. And we were going to continue with Texas story.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, where'd he go?
Well, unfortunately, that's about all I can say. But I mean, we're, like I said, just about everybody on the team is involved in some form or fashion. You know, whether it's, just research on the armchair side of it, or, double checking evidence. It doesn't matter, but we're getting the whole team involved. So, and some outside the team even. So I'm excited, and I'm excited about it because when you have somebody come up and ask you for help, and it's when it's very rewarding to have the reputation that we have, that people can come up and ask us for that, So we're not just Joe Schmoes on YouTube. They know what we do. And, if it turns out to be nothing, we're going to tell them it's nothing. It's something natural, just how you have to take care of it. But no matter how the investigation turns out, we're going to present it, because it could very well turn out to be something that's just a bunch of coincidences came together and made the perfect storm. If that's the case, that's what we'll show. We're not going to. We're just going where the evidence leads us. We're not trying to make any, jumps of what it is. And it's hard. It's hard because you get so excited about stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we've done. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
No, and I was going to say too, really quickly, is in text, that's what makes it exciting, because you don't know, you have an idea, you're on both sides of the coin in the early stages of the process. You're excited about the potential, but even if it ends up not being anything, it's just rewarding that you helped somebody out, gave them some satisfaction or peace of mind. But I got the funny feeling this is going to be something more than maybe what we think right now. There's got to be something else involved. I was looking at the lay of the land, and there's some things, on Google Maps. It's odd the way it's set up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, we've done private cases. I've done a whole lot of private cases as far as the paranormal realm. And I said this earlier, you know, we don't go in. It's not that we don't believe the client, but we have to see the proof, see the evidence ourselves, you know, and I'm here to tell you, out of all the private cases I've done, there's been several. Their house was not haunted. One case, the woman was schizophrenic.
Yeah.
True story. And another one, they had like high EMFs, and we couldn't replicate anything that they were telling us. And you know, so when we go to a case, it's not that we don't believe you. We're there to help you. So we go in as skeptics, you know, and we want to see for ourselves. And you know, if we can't explain it, then okay, maybe you got a little something weird going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's the way I think like good researchers are. You know, they go in and they try to disprove, because that's what we do. We try to disprove. You know, could this be a normal reaction? You know, someone's door opens. Okay, well, you know, could the wind blow it, or you know, I mean, there's just so many things that we try to replicate what the client tells us. And if we can't do it, then, well, we got to check that one off. And we're honest with them, you know. I mean, there's been several people, you know, like I've suggested counseling and stuff like that too, because they are dealing with their own inner demons. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Well, you know, I had dealt with a case.
At ease.
Yeah, I dealt with a case a few years back. This woman was on oxygen, and she had a day bed set up in her living room so she could take her naps and everything with the oxygen on and not have problems. Come to find out, her machine was putting off such a high EMF that it was causing her hallucinations. So, I mean, I get it, you know, but she did have peace of mind. She did get a new piece of equipment, and everything stopped for her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And as far as like, you know, taking psychic mediums in and stuff too, we've done some of that stuff. You know, here's the thing. They need to go in blind. This is one thing that drives me nuts. You take a psychic medium in, but you're telling them where the location is. So to me, in my mind, they have time to Google. You know, everybody's house will come up on Google Maps, you know, so they have time to find that information out. They need to go in totally blind. And, you know, if they're picking up stuff, you know, we also do research on the home, who lived there before. We trace all this stuff back. So, you know, if things match up, great. But if they don't, then, you know, because a lot of people use psychic mediums and we have, and, you know.
Well, and we are in this case too. But what we're doing is, and I'll tell you, it's Danielle. Okay. But and I had a talk with her the other day, and what she's doing is we're keeping our evidence from her from this point on. She's keeping what she's seeing from us. And then
that's the thing that I got to tell you, and I don't, you know, like in that chat, to me, Danielle had too much information.
Right.
And so, not that I don't discredit her, because not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I just feel like she had too much information, and sometimes psychic mediums, you know, their mind is working, not the other side to give them messages.
Right. Well, it can influence them. You know,
yes.
And that's why, you know, one, we're not doing the group chat anymore because I'm an idiot and don't know how to run them. But
I had like 12 of them text. Thanks.
Another reason is, like I said, I wanted to separate it from this point on, and whatever she comes up with, we're going to pull it together with what we come up with out in the field, and after everything's done, and then we can compare them and see what lines up.
Right.
You know, so, you know, we're trying to approach it from all different aspects. You know, perfectly natural to psychic to, you know, all kinds of stuff. So we're really trying to do our due diligence on this case. I mean, honestly, part of me wants it to be what it looks like it may be. part of me hopes it's just something, just like I said, a bunch of coincidences is just a natural thing, because this stuff is scary when, sometimes what we deal with, and I just want to give, I just want to give these people answers. That's all I want. I want to help them out.
Sure. Absolutely.
But you were talking about high EMFs, and I know this show we're talking about everything under the sun. And
Right.
A friend of mine showed me this a couple of days ago, and I'd never heard of this, and it absolutely blew my mind. There's going to be a few people that's seen this, but you were talking about high EMF. I want to show you what high frequencies can do. So if you could share my screen and we'll play that video.
Okay. Is it the one that's back here?
Yeah.
Okay. That it?
It's only a 2-minute video.
Oh.
Get it.
Yep.
Oh, goodness, what
Yep.
the hell?
What the hell?
Just pull it out of the test area over there and put some paper on in the hallway here. This used to be oh my mercy, 7 long, just under 2-inch by 2-inch solid block of iron. And this is a small sample that just sort of did some strange stuff, but not as impressive as this thing. Try and turn around and get the best light on it here. It's a bit heavy. I'll do a rotary thing here. It's still flaking off pieces of it here. Small bits are all over the place. Seems to be the outer shell. Now, the different, unique kind of ways this happened. There was a lot of smoke, by the way, but no, the actual sample was cold. I'm not sure if the smoke was like a dust formation coming off of it or what. But these are some of the small pieces that came off of it. There's a bunch of others over in the other section. They're actually filming that too, I guess.
That was
Wow.
That was like you said, that started out as a 2 by 7 inch piece of iron.
Mm-hmm.
And that was done with nothing but frequencies.
Yeah.
Man.
And there, if you want to look it up, it's called the Hutchinson effect. And this guy's John Hutchinson. He's an inventor from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And look him up and go watch his videos, because this crap's amazing what he does with frequency. He levitates a 72-pound ball.
Wow.
Using energy.
He levitates ice cream out of a cup.
Wow. I gotta write that down.
And stuff like that. It's insane. And it does it, and he does it with, I mean, these frequencies, it's not just, it doesn't just work with one material.
Mm-hmm.
He sends a wrench flying across the room. He sends a broom flying across the room. It's
and
insane.
it's all from EMF.
All from EMF.
Yeah.
Wow.
If people don't know what EMF is, it's electromagnetic frequency is what that means. So, and that's a true thing. When, like I said, when we go into private cases, we'll do a baseline walkthrough with the EMF meters and check everything, even middle of rooms, because you just, it's happened,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you find it in the weirdest places and light switches and everything else that you know, if the light switch is working fine, you would think that there would be nothing coming out of it, but check it twice because it's the wiring and everything. It's horrible at times.
Mhm.
And people aren't aware of these things that, you know, maybe their switches are going bad or they have an exposed wire or they don't know these things. And that's half the problem. So when you go in and then you're like, well, hey, you know, we need to take this apart and look at it.
Right.
And then we find out that, hey, this switch is bad.
Yeah. Well, then here's the thing. You watch that do that to that piece of iron. Can you imagine on people's brains?
Exactly.
Well, you know, that's such wow text, because as I'm watching that and I realize it's iron, you know, some of these cryptids in the woods are known to set off these frequencies, right?
Yep.
I'm just wondering if, you know, I'm just having a flashback to my encounter, you know, with happened to my girlfriend, right? When we got hit with that frequency or whatever it was, which we still don't know what it is today.
Right.
Maybe that has something to do with her insides. I mean, a lot of people come up missing. A lot of people, you know, you hear the stories about people getting hit with the infrasound. They're nauseous. You know, we're gonna have Cindy Goodbreak on next week, Tex, and she's been hit with a lot of that. She's fallen off of her horse and has woken up and not knowing where she was. But it's just, and that's just a minimal. I wonder how many frequencies that was that make that happen, or what the output was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, someone said last weekend, and we were talking about, you know, getting zapped and infrasound, and I don't remember honestly who made the comment, but like, could it be adrenaline? Because, you know, in these cases, your adrenaline gets so high that it can make you feel sick. It can make these things happen. You know?
Especially when it dumps. Yeah.
Right. Could, you know, these zapped, you know, people who get zapped in these frequencies, could it be your adrenaline? And you know, that makes sense to me. It could be, you know.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to think about also what our cell phones put off, our microwaves put off.
Right.
All of these waves that are going out into the air, we're not realizing that they're actually doing damage to us as people. We don't even think about it. I mean, all these people with cell phones, I mean, you don't even have to have a cell phone these days to be affected by it because so many people around you have them.
Right.
So, I mean, you always got to keep that in hand. That's why a lot of the times when I'm talking on my phone, I'm talking on, you know, I'll have it on speakerphone because I try to keep it away from my head as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, Rob, that area that you were talking about, that the new cell towers went up, and you know, it's a bunch of weird stuff happens on that stretch of highway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what Tex is talking about real briefly is there's a new tower that went up. This about maybe 10 years ago now, where in the state of Michigan, everybody, this is when this tower went up, this section of roadways on a highway that runs through the subdivision of the neighborhood, and it's very affluent. The people that drive this section, it's a professional part of town, and we've had road rage and we've had people literally shooting at one another. There's been road rage, people literally firing guns back and forth at each other. They've been the highest amount of car accidents is on this, where people just seem to lose their minds. It was ever since the tower went up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we also have, there's also a tower that is camouflaged to be a real big pine tree.
Yeah, they're doing that a lot.
Does the same thing. Yeah. So it just makes you wonder. And Brandy, I'm with you. I just started not too long ago using speakerphone on my phone whenever I can.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I just started thinking about that not too long ago.
Yep.
And it's too late to start now, I guess, but better late than never, right? But yeah, I very rarely have my phone to my ear anymore.
Yeah, no, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. I want to address Chris's question there. We're going to discuss that on when we get it all together in October, we're going to discuss all that. We don't want to put too much out there right yet because we're still putting things together, but we'll answer all them questions. I promise you. We'll let everybody know when that's coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, your microwave is actually doing the same thing. So it's a good thing when you turn on your microwave, walk away from it. You don't have to watch it cook.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch it cook.
I just watch the popcorn cook.
Yeah, no, don't even do that. I mean, if you want to watch something cook, go back to the old-fashioned way, put it on the stove, and watch it boil.
Jiffy Pop is funner anyway.
Yeah.
Jiffy Pop is a hell of a lot more fun to cook.
Oh yeah, back in the day, Jiffy Pop or even the old conventional kettle with the corn and the oil.
Yeah.
Hey, if you look, they still have Jiffy Pop in the little aluminum.
Yeah, they do.
It's still $1.99 for like a 1 pound bag.
Do they even have popcorn makers anymore?
Yes.
Speaking of garage sale items, you can find lots of cool air popcorn.
Yeah.
Those
are awesome. Yeah.
Right.
Personally, I prefer just getting a big old like a 6 great quart pan and cooking it in there. And
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just one of those people that when I make popcorn, I have to have lots of butter and some salt. And and I don't try to oversalt anything that I eat. But
I oversalt
popcorn, it's a must. I gotta have it on the popcorn.
There's 2 things: popcorn, heavily buttered and salted, and corn out of the cob from the garden. I gotta have butter salt on that as well.
Yep, agreed.
It's amazing. It's just the corn thing. It's the corn thing.
Yes.
Yep. Paranormal Pixie has a question. Have you seen the personal EMF blockers, and what are your thoughts?
I've heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'll tell you something. Yeah, I know it's kind of getting off the subject of EMF, but as some of you know, I go to the casino every once in a while, and these new slot machines have came out with the wireless charging ports for your phone. I got to tell you, my phone ain't getting nowhere near those things.
Uh-uh.
I have one.
The wireless charging port.
We're talking about a public.
I don't know.
Yeah, a public wireless charger. Now, and I'm going to tell you why I freak out about that kind of stuff. Anything wireless. Like a wireless charger, like especially if it's public. On my phone, I have the option to exchange information by just touching another phone.
Yeah.
So that is a reason why I won't use those, because you never know exactly what they're doing there. So always use a cord, people. I'm just saying, always use a cord.
Well, not only that, if you can at all help it, do not use public Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can't get around it, but as little as possible, and that's just putting your stuff out there for anybody to pick up.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, when you go to the airport, when I had my 18-hour stayover back, I had to use it like continually,
I fortunately I have AT&T phone, so I pretty much get out most places. So I don't use the Wi-Fi. I use my phone data.
Right. Yeah. And somebody was just talking about EMF pumps and things like that. I like them to a point, but I don't like to use them a whole lot. Honestly, I'd rather get your old-fashioned Tesla coil and use that to spark energy into a room if that's what you're wanting to do. I just leave those EMF pumps alone.
Were you trying to sound like Very Clean right there?
Maybe. I was trying to say it easier, like legible. Unfortunately, when he said it, it sounded like.
Yeah. So to back up, Very Clean, he's a friend of ours, and he was doing a presentation about that. and he's from Texas, and he's got that accent. And he said Tesla coil. Well, what does that sound
Except
like?
he said it. He
Everybody started cracking up, and I just heard Randy, and it just went through my head. And
well, we can say that word. We can say that word. But anyway, he said it so fast, and with his accent, it sounded like testicle. I'm just saying, it did. Sounded like testicle. Everybody busted out laughing. He said it again. Everybody busted out laughing again. So yeah.
Then he finally caught on to what.
Then he finally realized it.
He finally realized what the lady in front of us is like, did he just say testicle?
Yeah. And we're like, I think he meant Tesla coil.
He did not say that, but okay.
I'm not a fan of testicle pumps either, but
Oh, God. I can't imagine.
Yeah. And you said
what if
that
you overdid it and exploded?
Go down that road. She said it, and it just brought back funny memories.
See where your mind goes, Krista. I'm actually talking about putting electricity in the air, and here you go off the deep end and that bad stuff.
Right.
But in Krista's defense, I've heard that described as electricity in the air before. So.
Yeah, well, because a lot of people say, and even myself, when a rainstorm comes in and there's a lot of lightning and things like that, it does charge the air in locations that we're in, and we'll get better results a lot of the time with a good thunderstorm.
Oh yeah.
But when you don't have that, you've got to recreate it. A lot of people do use the EMF pumps, but if I've got a Tesla coil, I will use that instead.
Paranormal Pixie, she says, don't use them testicle pumps on your hoo-hoos.
No.
Here we go again.
I still say y'all got to have a shirt made that says, ask me about my hoo-hoo.
Right? And Naomi needs one too, because she just,
Yeah, are you a hoo-hoo too?
Yeah.
I'm a hoo-hoo. Everybody's a hoo-hoo. Won't you be a hoo-hoo too?
Do you hoo-hoo?
That reminded me of the Grinch, like Cindy Lou Who, but it'd be the hoo-hoo, Cindy Lou Hoo-hoo. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. The Grinch.
Yeah. The Who family. The Hoo family.
Honestly, I think we rewrite the Dr. Pepper song.
And there you go.
What's that?
We rewrite the Dr. Pepper song.
Wouldn't you like to be a hoo-hoo too?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm drinking the strawberries and cream because.
Oh, I love that one. You have that, Missouri?
Yes.
I haven't seen that in 20 years.
Y'all know where Dr. Pepper's from, right?
No, why don't you tell us?
Probably Texas. I say probably Texas.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because I'm a Pepsi fan. And that's what I'll normally drink is Pepsi.
Get her off the screen. Get her off the screen.
Pepsi, that's pretty sweet.
I'm a Pepsi and Mountain Dew. I like Mountain Dew.
I like the blue Mountain Dew.
You're talking about Pepsi being sweet, and you're over here talking about blue Mountain Dew.
Yeah, oh well, I don't know.
That has like 10 more pounds of sugar in it.
Pepsi tastes like flat Coke.
No. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, you can definitely tell the difference, but I don't mind drinking either or. It's just my grandmother was a Pepsi drinker and I'm a Pepsi drinker, but my mom, she's a Coke drinker. She likes her Coke. She has to have Coke. She won't drink Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yep. I get it.
Parent Pixie says she loves Dr. Pepper, especially the original recipe. A lot of people don't realize that there for a while you could only get original Dr. Pepper made with pure cane sugar out of Dublin, Texas. Really? And they just recently shut that operation down. So,
oh man, are you serious? I was just thinking I need to get some when I get back down there.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
I'll have to look it up where we can. I'm pretty sure you can still find it. I just don't know where.
Interesting. You know what I hadn't seen in a while until I went to Colorado last year, and it was the bottle sodas. You know?
Yes.
I bought a Pepsi in a bottle, and it was like a flashback. It tastes different.
Oh, it tastes way better. Way better.
Yeah, it was great.
We can still get Coke in a bottle here. I mean, it's more expensive, of course, but we can still get Coke in a bottle down here.
Yeah.
You can't.
They sell, I think they sell the Coke in a bottle, the mini, like 10-ounce bottles, like at Target or Walmart or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, if I see them, I'll grab one and just keep it in the refrigerator for a month. Let it get like so cold, and just gun it right out of the bottle.
I can remember going down to the store and exchanging the glass Coke bottles.
Yeah.
That shows our age, guys.
Yeah. They actually had quart bottles too, Tex. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
With the big mouth on it, as big as this mic here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing better than a soda out of the bottles.
And the glass was nice and thick. It almost had that green tint.
Okay, so who put peanuts in their Coke when they was young?
Peanuts?
RC Cola.
RC Cola and a moon pie.
And I'd put peanuts in the RC Cola. Yes, I would. Yep.
I used to put peanuts in my Coke.
I never tried that. Seems like they would just I didn't want to because I figured they would just dissolve with all the acid, then that would turn me off from drinking it.
No.
You know?
It's good.
Okay, well, maybe I'll try it. You know, speaking of peanuts, it is that time of season where the most horrible candy in the world comes out, called the candy corn.
Ugh.
And I've hated it for all my life. However, last Halloween, I was at my brother's, and he's not a candy corn fan, but his wife, my sister-in-law, brought out the candy corn. I'm like, what are you doing with that candy corn? Oh, Rob, you got to try this. Then she brought out a bowl of peanuts. Took the candy corn in one hand, and I hate candy corn, you guys. I will not eat it. It's terrible. I said, well, I'll try it with the peanuts. My Lord, one of the best candy mixtures I've ever had. Candy corn and peanuts mixed.
You know, I do that every year when I get candy corn, and then I'll take the peanuts and I'll put them in a bag and mix them up. Because it honestly tastes like a payday. It tastes like a payday candy bar.
That's a good.
I'll just buy a paper.
No, thank you.
Well, I guess for me, it's actually cheaper to do it that way, Tex. I mean, you're talking about like over $2 for a candy bar nowadays, and it doesn't cost you that much for the candy corn and the peanuts. I mean, by the time you weigh it out ounce for ounce, I mean, but
but I honestly believe that we're still eating the candy corn from the 1950s. They just recycle what's not eaten,
right?
Because there's absolutely been nothing changed, and I don't think those are biodegradable at all. They're around longer than styrofoam. Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of like a Twinkie.
But I got to tell you,
life of 30 years.
I do enjoy a good Twinkie. Yeah. But I got to tell you, I'm a big Ding Dong fan.
Well, my Ding Dong's got to be in the freezer. My Ding Dong, the box Ding Dong. And
here we go again.
But I gotta tell you, let's get off that really quickly. Talking about the Twinkie, I was just in a chocolate factory candy store, and they had Twinkies on a stick, dipped in this thick, dark chocolate. And let me tell you, fabulous. It was $4, by the way. You can buy a case of Twinkies for $3 probably now. It was. I bit into that. The Twinkie with the cream filling, the dark chocolate cover.
Was it good? Was it really good?
Good. It was good.
Man.
Well, you got Twinkies, you got Ding Dongs, you got Ho-Hos. Yeah,
and something really weird happened to me after I had my last child. About 2 years after that, I started having reactions to chocolate. And then it just got worse and worse and worse, to where when I'd have a good dose of chocolate, I couldn't breathe. Right. So even though, I can't have chocolate, I'll still ask you, was it good? Did it taste good?
Well,
Was it really good?
I'm
Don't
gonna,
kiss me or nothing, but was it good?
and Brandy, just in all seriousness, if you go to somebody's house or even a restaurant, but if you're going to order chili, ask them if they put chocolate in their chili first.
Really?
A lot of people will put dark chocolate in their chili.
Yes.
So
yes.
you have to be careful. So watch that.
Yeah, I do. There's a lot of things that I just won't order because I don't know. I have a friend who's allergic to cinnamon, and cinnamon is another ingredient that some places put in their chili. It's, and she can't have that at all. And, but with the chocolate thing, I will sit there and I'll watch you eat it, wishing it was me. So if I'm looking at you very lovingly.
That sounded bad.
While you're eating that, it's just because I wish it were me eating the chocolate. I get
that, but that's not the way it came out.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what happens when when everybody's mind is on the wrong road.
Yeah.
That one guy, it says Dr. Pepper and barbecue sauce. I've made that before. There's a restaurant, and I don't know if y'all got them up north or not, but they're called Hofbrauer Steakhouse. And they make their barbecue sauce is Dr. Pepper based. And that's what they have, Dr. Pepper ribs. And they're some of the best ribs store-bought you can get, really.
Wow. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, I could do that.
Tex, I could do that as well. And Tex, a couple of years ago, everybody, Tex bought me a bottle of whiskey. Tex, Big Tex whiskey. And so he sends it to me.
It's TX whiskey, not Big Tex whiskey.
Well, I just put your name. I know what it is. I have it right here. I still have the empty bottle. So Tex is telling me, yeah, Rob, and I'm not really like a bourbon straight up drinking guy. I'm more of a beer guy, but I like a nice little tequila shot or I'll sip on a little whiskey. So he says, Rob, you got to go buy yourself some good dark chocolate. And I'm like, for what? He goes, for that sipper I sent you. I'm like, who the hell eats whiskey and chocolate? He goes, trust me, you'll love it. So Tex, I did it. I told you this story, but I bought Godiva dark chocolate. So I'm going to get some good stuff then. Sat down, pour a little of that, take a bite of the chocolate, swish it together with that whiskey. And I got to tell you, the flavor that I got out of that was like, there's 100 different flavors in that.
Crazy, isn't it?
It was crazy flavors and good. I'm like, man, I'll end up drinking this whole bottle and like get my stomach pumped from chocolates and whiskey, It was fantastic. So yeah. And
I discovered that by accident.
Whiskey and chocolate.
I discovered that by accident.
I imagine you would. I never thought of mixing the two,
Well, especially if you're talking about wines also, they'll give you certain things like strawberries or, different things to go with the wine because you have that in your wine and that hint. And some of it is chocolate. Mm-hmm. And so you'll eat chocolate with your wine and it just enhances the flavor. I had it a long time ago and I thought it was absolutely great.
Yeah. That one guy said, glazed donut cheeseburgers. I just can't. Tex, did you happen to let everybody know what you ate at the Waffle House with us?
Oh,
that was bad.
Yeah, late night eating.
You remember that?
We'll try. Yeah, we'll try anything. Give us 2 o'clock in the morning.
You talking about the chili and waffles?
Yes.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
What do you mean? What's wrong with that?
You smothered chili on a waffle?
No, he stuck a waffle in chili and ate it.
Well, it was the waiter's fault. He was telling us about it, and I'm not going to do that. I got to try it.
Well, it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was.
I knew a guy that ate Church's fried chicken dipped in bean dip.
Oh, so
yeah.
I'm like,
But the chili and waffle, wasn't the worst thing I've ever had. I wouldn't do
Well,
it
yeah, it's not
again.
like you put syrup on it or anything. It's just like you
Right.
just took the plain waffle.
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
Syrup waffle. Ugh.
That'd probably
Yeah.
helped it. I think.
It'd been a whole different flavor.
Did
Well,
you
we're gonna
put
try
butter?
that
I
next
don't
time.
remember. Did you put butter on the waffle before dipping it in the chocolate or in the chili? No.
No, he ate it plain.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he goes, it's not the worst thing I've ever eaten, but I don't have to do it again.
Exactly. But I tried it. So,
That one guy says, "Oh yeah, chili smothered chuck cap diced on a waffle." Yes. Yeah.
But chili does go with a lot of foods, though, right? I mean, that waffle thing to me doesn't sound that gross. I think I'd rather have it on a waffle than a bagel.
Yeah.
If you had to pick. If you had to pick.
Yeah. A lot of people eat like a peanut butter sandwich with their chili, so I guess it's not real different.
Well,
I've never been one of those people.
Me either, but there are people that do that.
Yeah, there is, and I've just never been one of those people. I don't think the flavors mix well for me. So
no, I don't eat just plain chili though. I always make like some spaghetti noodles, and I put my chili on top of that.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that's actually our second day chili. We call that second day chili because we have the first day we just have like chili, and then we'll have breads and things like that, and then the second day chili is we call chili spaghetti.
Yeah.
You know what I love about chili is you can make it Monday and eat it regular, normal. Then Tuesday it's some concoction. Then by Wednesday another concoction. Then I'm chilied out for another month. But
because in our house it goes the first day it's just regular chili, second day is chili spaghetti, third day is chili dogs. It's just that, and then chili's gone, and then I'm good for a month.
I don't do chili spaghetti. I do chili mac.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. Well, same difference, but yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That stuff's good too.
And I do like. And Glenn says something. I love taking the premium Ritz cracker, the square white cracker, and just crumbling it in my hand and throwing it in the chili. And then I'll put shredded cheese and sour cream the next day.
Yep.
3 ways.
I'll tell you, a little dab of sour cream on the side of your bowl of your chili. Yeah. Man, that is good.
I do that. Yeah, I do that. Yep.
I don't do that.
Oh, yeah, you'd like it probably. I don't know.
Oh, now here's one we're forgetting. I don't know how we're forgetting this one. Frito pie, chili Frito pie.
Yeah. No, that's something I don't eat a lot of, but yeah, I like that.
We used to call that the walking taco, where you go to the kids' football games. It would be chili and Fritos in a like a taco shell, but like a up and down one, like a boat or whatever.
Right. Absolutely.
So are you guys in the bean category or without beans in your chili?
I can go either way. I prefer it without.
Me too. I
use the northern white bean. I was brought up on kidney beans in my mom. I like the northern white beans. It gives it a nice flavor.
And I'm beans all the way. Yeah. So
no beans at all for me. I don't like baked beans, any of that refried beans. Ooh, I pick beans out of my chili.
Really?
I really do. Yep.
Yeah, because mine's loaded with beans. So if you ever came over, I'd have to make 2 separate pots, one with and one without them. Because you ain't picking mine. Because every teaspoon, you get a bean, at least one bean.
Yeah. Crystal J's got a question. Throw that up there for Rob.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, Rob, do you eat pasties in Michigan? Down here, I don't know about y'all, but pasties are what strippers wear.
That's what I was just going through my head too.
I'm going to give the.
That's a loaded question.
I'm going to give the PG answer to the pasties. No, I've never had one in my life. And they're supposed to be in the Upper Peninsula. The UP is where they really originated. I've never had one. And in fact,
I have, and they're delicious. I love them, and they're delicious.
I never had one. From Wisconsin. Where'd you get yours in? In your state? They have them? Missouri?
No, I lived in Michigan. Remember?
Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah. Where in the hell did you live then?
Well, I lived
I
in
figured
Flint,
you. Yeah.
but we were always up north. We're always up north in
Yeah.
The Traverse Bay area and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. No,
So
I've
yeah.
never been because I've been over the bridge. I've been to Traverse City,
Mhm.
Leelanau Peninsula, all over.
Mhm.
Never had a
Yeah.
pasty.
Well, you need to try it because it is delicious.
Yeah. Cool.
The English version of empanadas. There you go. That's what it
Okay.
is.
Well, now I know what. Now I know what they are. So yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of it. When like I read pasties, I'm thinking the same thing Tex was.
Yeah. You really
I
have
didn't
to
know
go
they
to
made.
like Sault Ste. Marie to
I
really
didn't
get
know
a
they
good
made
one
edible ones, but
in that area.
I'm down.
Yeah, I don't know about that. No, thank you. That one guy said, would anyone eat a Bigfoot? It's not like full on cannibalism. You know what? I don't think I would. And honestly, I can tell you, it'd be too people-y. And also, I have listened to the Steve Lilly journals, and there's no way.
Yeah, I don't think I'd eat it.
Yeah.
It
No.
depends. Am I dying of starvation here, or what's the scenario?
Yeah. I mean, if it was just like I would go hunting for it, no.
Right.
Yeah.
But
You know,
if it came down to me starving,
well,
Yep.
you never
Like
know.
Naomi says, not after hearing the first Steve Lilly story. I'm with you, sister. I've
well,
Yeah.
you know, that's just like what everybody says about pig, you know, that, you know, you sit there and you eat pork and this, that, and the other. But if you really knew what was going on, you might not.
Yeah. That's too
Brian
bad.
Barber asked ketchup or gravy. Depends what you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, right.
I don't like ketchup.
Yeah.
So for me, it's gravy all the way.
You know, I don't put ketchup on a lot of things, including not French fries even. I'd rather put chili on French fries.
Yeah.
Or mustard.
Without beans.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, without beans, yeah.
Now, if you go to Whataburger, they have their spicy chili. I mean, spicy chili. Spicy ketchup. It was really good.
I tried that with Jason.
Yeah.
Back when I seen Jason.
But I honestly, if it's cream gravy, white cream gravy, kind of like bacon. It makes everything better.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh-huh.
You know what?
Well,
you guys,
I grew up. I'm the youngest of 4 children. I'm the only girl. I had 3 older brothers, and in my household, if you didn't grab what was to eat when it was there, you weren't eating. So I grew up eating a lot of weird things, and you know, I'm not really picky. I'm just not. If it's food, it's food. Because, you know, if you got there late, you just got what's left. You know, there were no seconds for you. You didn't get anything.
This comment, biscuits and sausage, great. Oh,
yeah.
hell.
Oh yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
So this question here, tartar sauce with French fries. Yeah, I'll do that.
I like mayonnaise. I eat mayonnaise. I dip my fries in mayonnaise, but it cannot be Miracle Whip. It has to be real mayonnaise.
You know,
Miracle Whip is not
that's funny that you say that, Krista, because when I lived in Germany for all those years, well, you know what? That's how they eat their fries. They eat them with the fork, and they dip them in mayonnaise, not in ketchup. It's mayonnaise. That if you wanted ketchup, you actually had to ask for that, but it came with mayonnaise. Absolutely. And another beautiful thing is like a deep fried, I would call it a hash brown patty. Deep fried hash brown patty, and eat that with applesauce. It is phenomenal. You wouldn't think so, but it's good.
You had me up until applesauce.
Yeah. I know. Well, it kind of tastes like an apple pie. It really does. It's really good.
Apple pie with hash browns.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, you know what?
It's really good.
I just seen a question out with CJ said something, Crystal J. But when we talked pasty earlier, the reason why I don't think I ever had it was I had a shepherd's pie. I tell you what, you guys know what that is? I did not like that at all.
Me either.
It was weird taste.
So our version of shepherd's pie, let me tell you our version of shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
All right. you make a meatloaf, okay, and you make your meatloaf, and then you make your mashed potatoes, and you throw your mashed potatoes on it, sprinkle some cheese on them, throw it in the oven for a little bit till they get a little brown and cheese melts. That's shepherd's pie down here in Texas.
Well, no, I mean, I could eat that. That sounds pretty good. Whatever the hell I had, the meat tasted like it was just unusual taste. Unusual. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, see, no, the shepherd's pie that I'm thinking about is the same thing that Tex pretty much said. It's just we layer like corn in there and mashed potatoes, and then kind of like your meatloaf type style meat.
Well, when I looked on the menu, it described it just as you said. I said, yeah, this would be pretty good. But I got to tell you, maybe it was the place I went, but it was I couldn't even finish it. I sent it back, and I ordered something else because I just did not like it. They probably
Maybe it's just been the way it was prepared, because honestly,
Brian Barber brings up a good point. Wendy's chocolate frosty dip French fries in it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
When I could do it, I did it. Yeah.
Okay. Double chocolate milkshake and salty fries. Crinkle cut fries are the best because they hold the
Tex knows all about this.
He's like, he'll even pick out the correct fry. You know, it has to be the correct fry, or it's not going to.
So it holds more of the chocolate shake on it.
Right.
Let's see, who was it that said this? Okay, paranormal picture. You're just being mean now. She's teasing. I've got red chili beef enchiladas in the fridge. I can't remember who said it, but they said pork is not so far from cannibalism. I saw something last night on the news, and I don't watch the news. I just skim through the headlines. If something strikes my fancy, I'll go look at it.
Yeah.
But they just transplanted the second pig heart in a human.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah.
And the guy was doing fine.
Thank you, Donnie.
Thank you, Donnie. What is it? The turducken is the
cryptid.
Yeah. I'm going to say yeah.
But so they actually used a whole pig heart and transplanted it into a guy's body, and he's and this was done in Washington. Now, here's a little. Oh, I'm on the way, Pixie. She said she'd make some for scratch for me. But, I want y'all to think about something. How many years have we heard it? Well, we're not, DNA, human and animal DNA won't work. Now we're transplanting entire pig hearts into humans.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, back up several years. The UK makes a law against harming any kind of chimera. Last year, I think it was, last year, the US does the same thing. What are we looking at here? What is on the horizon, folks? Think about that. Because the whole mixed DNA won't work thing, that argument's blown out the door. Because our body's not objecting, these.
Yeah, it's not rejecting these parts.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So
I mean, how many years have they been just look at the pig valves they've been using for years and years and years and years.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, when you're talking about your colon and things like that, they are actually using pig intestines to replace parts of your colon.
Yeah.
Now, what makes me think of is, why are we so focused on? Why are they saying that we're so close to apes, but the pig DNA works with us?
Yeah, that is a very good question. I mean, you are seriously onto something there. Why do they say that?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So,
very true.
I'm not.
We need to do a show on that. We need to do a show on that. There you go. Wow.
right?
Man, because I just stopped me right in my tracks. I was like,
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier. When I showed y'all the video of the guy using the frequencies and everything, we're trying to track him down to have him on the show.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Awesome.
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I just threw a bad joke out in chat just because.
Yeah.
Just because.
Hey, there was a meme that said that going around, and I love that. I love that meme.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. Hey, I got to ask you guys a question real quick. Do you guys want to take a break, one more break, so I can use the bathroom and all that kind of good stuff, or do you want to just continue on?
Well,
we can take a quick break. Doesn't matter.
We're looking at two. I'm fixing to have to go, folks. I got a bail.
Okay.
It's been a long day for me. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right, because you were already on today one time.
Yeah, and I mean, I got off work at 4:30 this morning. I grabbed 2 hours sleep, got up, did the whole. No, I got home from work, set up the whole garage thing, snuck away, got 2 hours sleep, did the whole garage sale and the show thing, and yeah, here I am again.
Yeah, because you're usually like me. We sneak off and take naps, and it didn't sound like you got a good one today.
No, I did not.
Wow.
And I know what's laying in bed, so that's another thing. So
there you go. Rob, are you staying? Are you guys staying?
If you guys want, you guys still got a lot of people in chat. I'll go another segment.
Okay.
So we're just going to take another 5-minute break and let me use the restroom, and we'll see you back here in 5.
Yeah, we'll do another 5-minute segment. And,
bye, Tex. We will see you.
We'll see you a little later, Tex.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be
Thanks
back
for having me on, girl.
Bye.
Thanks,
good night.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Four minutes to go, folks. 4 minutes. Three minutes. We're almost there. 2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. One minute. 1 minute.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I was reading my phone. I was on Facebook.
I feel better.
I ran right out as soon as Sex left. I had a bolt. I had to go. You know,
That's what I did. I was like, oh.
That's why I went black earlier. I had to go pee.
It happens. Well, when you have more than 2 people on, you can, do that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
And I've been drinking tea all night, and Brandy knows that stuff goes right through me. And I'm still drinking.
Well, tea and coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure does.
I drink quite a bit of coffee in the morning. And I tell you, I pee more in 2 hours than I do the entire. I probably don't pee again till midday. After.
Right?
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah. I'll be up all night peeing. I will.
And I hate that too. I don't know if I've done this my whole life, or maybe because I'm in my 50s now.
Mm-hmm.
But I get up I usually stay up till like 3 in the morning anyways. But I'll get up. Let's say I do go to bed at midnight. I'll find myself getting up at 3, 4 in the morning, taking a pee, and it's so annoying.
It is.
Sometimes you just,
I hear you.
Screw it. You don't want to get up. You just like hold it. But it's like, 20 minutes later, now I better go.
See, I can't sleep if I gotta pee. I have to get, because I'll sit there and think about it. Like it's not going to go away, unless you go.
It builds up.
It sucks getting old. It does.
It does. And you know what? I never did that until I had kids. That's the truth.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I think it might be an older, I guess as women, I wouldn't know, obviously not having a kid, but perhaps that is because you're kind of more opened up, I guess. I don't know. You're a little looser now. I mean, I don't mean it. Of course, and I don't mean
this
it like
late night. It's okay. We'll allow it.
Well, I gotta tell you, these late night shows are kind of cool because when you guys are all down in Texas for the Dogman convention conference, I was all bored and bummed out. All my buddies are down there, but I did have to go to, as it turned out, the draft. I didn't do that. We postponed that because we had to do one of those celebrations of life for a person that had passed in our family. So I had to do that. So I was all bummed. I went on during the week or whenever you guys are all down there, and I did a 12 midnight show. It was just me. I was just bored, right? And I gotta tell you, people, like, there's a lot of people still in chat. People love these late night shows. I put out a poll. hey, should BMR do a late night, midnight show, maybe once a month? 98% on the poll said yes. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking people, people, and you got to remember too, you might have a lot of West Coast people. On the West
Yeah.
Coast, they're 3 hours behind. But a
Yeah.
lot of people that follow us are night owls, I do
Yeah.
believe.
Well, and too, a lot of people that are in our chats are overseas also. So
Yeah.
it's daytime for them,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I like doing night shows too. And Brandy and I, we had a meeting this afternoon or this morning with some people, and then after that, we're like, hey, do you want to go on late tonight? And we're like, why not?
Freaky goes, that's a silly question. Do a 6-hour show. I'll stop by. Well, yeah, that'd be quite the day. I gotta tell you that. I do have to tell. Yeah, I gotta tell you, when I did it by myself though, with nobody else, you tend to get parched because when you talk for like 2 hours, or I think I was an hour and a half, I was on.
Yeah.
Man, it was like dry mouth.
Yep. Oh, I hear you.
The entire time.
I don't know how you sit there and do it by yourself.
I didn't expect to go on for maybe a half hour, but they kept coming in the chat, and so I just started telling some stories, and people like that. They like staying up late.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I like watching YouTube shows late at night versus regular TV. Anyway, if I'm up.
Yeah. You know what? I do the same thing too. Like when I do wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I will turn my TV on YouTube and I'll catch a show or something that I missed, and I end up laying there and watching it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I roll.
It is pretty cool. No, it is pretty. I do it. It's like, man. Then you get up at 3, but not, and I'm up, and it must be another thing about getting old too, because usually when I was a kid or even my 20s, 30s, if I could do it, I would sleep till noon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if I go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't sleep past 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is pushing it. 10 o'clock, I feel like I wasted the day already.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I get it.
And then
I'll try to lay there.
Old, and then the people that are really old, they get up at like 5 in the morning every day.
Right? Yeah.
Stop talking about me that way.
I was just thinking, my dad and my stepmom, they have nothing to get up to, and they're up at, like you said, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and that makes no sense to me when you can sleep.
Yeah, and I have weird sleeping habits anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it doesn't really matter to me.
I really have strange sleep habits.
Yeah, I do too. And
yeah, because Rob, I was thinking about that. Is when you and Tex would do those late night Sunday night shows.
Yeah.
And I'd be getting up for work, and I'm listening to the show live.
Yeah. And you were getting up at 5 in the morning. We were on a lot of times till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Well, no, I was getting up at 3, but you were still on. Yeah, you were still on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what time I in fact, you know what I did? I remember doing one of those shows, Brandy, Krista, with Tex. I think it was 5 in the morning when we were done. And you know what I did, you guys? I got hungry. I made some bacon. Speaking of pork, right? I made I made breakfast, got some coffee, and you know what? I don't think I even went to bed until nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was I didn't even fall asleep. I mean, I've been up 18, 24 hours naturally. Yeah. Natural, everybody,
Right.
Yeah, nothing else going on. But
yeah. I remember Tex and I did a show, and it was almost 4 hours long. The people were asking questions, and we had good conversations going. And before we knew it, like I said, it was almost 4 hours before we decided we were going to call it quits. It's just, that's how it goes sometimes, especially when you've got, people in your chat like we do, and it just kind of keeps going, which makes it nice, when you're doing it.
Yeah, and I didn't even remember, this might have been 2 or 3 months ago. I was out with you guys doing a late night show. I think we did at least probably a 2-hour show, and I think it was like 3 in the morning where I live, maybe 2 for you guys.
Mhm.
And if you guys recall, the three of us after the show, I think we still stayed up for another 2 hours. Brandy was like this.
Yeah.
Well, I probably
Yeah.
gotta go to sleep. It's like, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
and then we were like, why do we do this? Right? Why do we kill ourselves?
Right? Because we like it. We like coming on
Well,
and
yeah.
visiting with everybody and
Yeah, and
chat.
that's what it is. You wouldn't do something you
Mhm.
didn't like.
Right. And beside the fact that we all lead boring lives and that we're all at
I was just
home
gonna say,
every day.
Well,
it would have to do with, my
Right.
social life. I don't have one.
yeah, I mean, I used to be one of those guys that would go to the bars, hang out. Well, I owned a bar, of course, so I was there but when I did not, or prior to that, yeah, of course, we all did this, hung out the bars looking for whatever, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, but nowadays, I'm kind of, and I don't know if it's because I'm older or it's because I'm more mature or it's because it doesn't interest me. I'm certainly always interested in looking for women, of course. However, going out, I think anything after midnight seems like bad things always happen, especially in today's age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a shame,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like
especially if you're out by yourself.
yeah.
I've got friends that I moved back to my hometown where, I was raised and stuff. So a lot of my friends that I went to high school with live close to me. So over the last couple of years, I've went and hung out with a lot of them and it's been quite fun. And a lot of them, they know what Brandy and I do. And they'll send me a message, are you going to be around this weekend or are you going Bigfooting or, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I like getting out and going out with my friends and stuff too, doing that kind of stuff when I can.
Well,
Yeah.
I do too, but I tell you, even throughout my entire life, though, I do prefer this. If I'm going out with my friends, having a few drinks, and chatting,
Hmm.
I love, especially in the summertime. I'm the type of guy that will get up, like I said, 8, 9 in the morning, get my day started. But I love going to someone's house, especially again in the summer, in between noon and 2, and just hanging out, enjoying the summer,
Hmm.
and just socializing during the daytime because I love being outside. At
Yeah.
nighttime now, I can't do it anymore. I can't go to my buddies at 10 at night, drink some beers, and watch the game. I just would rather be at home. I know it sounds
Yeah.
boring,
Yeah.
but I just don't. It's not my
Yeah.
thing anymore.
But see, my thing is like this time of night, I won't like sit in the living room and watch TV. I'll have to be in my bed. If I'm awake,
Well,
I'll
yeah.
still be in my bed watching
Oh
TV.
no, I tell you what. No, when I'm up at this time and watching TV, I'm not in
Mhm.
I'm in a comfortable, at least a lounge chair or the bed.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm always in bed.
But if I go into bed, I fall asleep. But if I want to watch something, it's usually the lounge. I sleep in my lounge chair more than my bed half the time,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and
and
I
it is
kind of have to think
comfy.
about that. Krista has seen me get dressed up and we're gonna do a show, and I'm telling her, at the beginning of the show, well, we have to kind of wrap this up on time because I'm gonna go out with my friends and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. By the end of the show, after it's over, I said, well, I guess I'm gonna go take my makeup off. I'm going to bed.
That's true story. That is a true story. I'm like,
I mean, I'm
really?
all dressed up, ready to go, and by the time the show's over, I'm like, forget
I'm
it,
going
I'm
to bed.
done.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it. Now I don't even pretend. Yeah, I
No.
don't even
right.
pretend.
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
You
But it's
know, so I'm like, why go through the work? I'm
Right.
not going anywhere. I already
yeah.
know I'm
But
not going anywhere.
plus
So
for girls though, for you guys, it takes so much work just to get put together, right? With your
oh
makeup and
God,
dressing to
yes.
go out at night. Where a guy, t-shirt, pair of jeans in the winter, and me, I wear shorts through like November till it gets
Mhm.
cold.
Right,
I prefer
right.
shorts. I
Mhm.
just
It's
don't like
it's
wearing jeans. And if I'm not wearing if I am wearing pants, it's usually like a cool sweat pair of pants, you know, because
Mhm.
I'd rather just be comfortable, right?
yeah,
Jeans
yeah.
to me aren't comfortable. People love jeans. People live in their jeans. I have
Now
like 2
you.
pair of jeans that I've had for 3 years, and I pull them out at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Or if I do go to the bar at night, I'll
Mhm.
wear those, right? But I don't
Mhm.
really do that no
Yeah.
more. So
I am leggings queen. I wear leggings all the time.
yeah.
Summertime I wear shorts, but winter I always wear leggings. Brandy can attest.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
how I roll.
I'd rather be comfortable, you know. I'd rather be comfortable no
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
where I
you're
go.
right. You're right.
You
It's
know.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like my friends know if I show up in my braids are like, "Oh, you just got off a show." I'm like, "Yeah, I just decided to come
Yeah.
out." They're like, "Well,
Well,
okay."
and I was going to ask you, Brandy. I always see you in the braid, and I know you've got all this flowing blonde hair, but that must take a long time to get hooked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the longest. My makeup takes about 2 minutes. Getting dressed takes like 2 minutes. My hair, 45 minutes to an hour. That's if it dries. Yeah, that's if
Yeah.
it dries. Yeah,
And you
half
don't
the
even
time
use.
I'm leaving the house and my hair's still wet, and it doesn't matter how long I blow. I take a blow dryer too. It doesn't matter. It's still wet.
Yep.
So yeah, that takes forever. It takes forever.
Yep.
And I thought about cutting off my hair a time or two, and then I'm like, no.
Yeah. I've
Mm-mm.
thought about it too. Same thing, but I can't make myself do it. I haven't had short hair since I was probably 3.
Well, and it's not having the short hair. It's just like, what am I going to do with it when I don't want to do it?
Right.
I
Your
can't just
hair's so curly, Brandy, you would have an afro.
right, right. You know, and it seems like the older I get, the worse I get. So I'm like, yeah, no, no,
Mhm.
got to have some weight to my hair just to hold it down.
Right. I'll be right back. I got to do a potty break.
Again, it's only been 15 minutes, but she got to go again.
Well, once
you
you
know,
break the seal, as they say.
yeah, because we were at the museum uh, doing a ghost hunt there, and that's when she broke 2 of her toes because she had to get up and go, and then tripped over her friend's dog and ended up breaking 2 of her toes. So um I think I can't remember. I think I was talking to her last night or something. She about did it again. I was like, oh my God, will you stop?
I tell you
Stop.
about the toe thing. Yeah, I feel her pain because I've done this many times. Like I say, where I do stay up late, or if I have to get up and let's say I fall asleep downstairs, right, in the recliner. And of course it's dark. I'll shut off the TV and I'll walk up the stairs and I hate this. I'll always jam one of my toes into the top of the staircase going up, right? You know how you hit the front of your toe straight out with something? How
Yep.
the pain. Well, one time the reason why I had to have surgery on my knee a couple of years ago was the
Hmm.
first time I've had surgery. I
Hmm.
was going up the stairs, dark, and at the top of the stairs there's a landing, and I have my back door, so I've got like a little carpet or a mat, what you buy, a little entrance mattress or mat that sits you
Hmm.
put on a rug. I'm sorry, a rug. So this rug is out about 6 inches over the top of the top stair. Okay, so when you get to the top, there's the rug out over the stair. So as I'm walking up, it's night, and I get to the top, and I put my foot where I do see the rug. Now the rug was just it was not on the floor. It was like just over nothing, open space. And I stepped and I fell backwards down my stairs all the way to the bottom of the stair landing. As I'm going
Wow.
downwards, I got my arms and back of me kind of guiding so I didn't blast my head on nothing. But the strange thing is that's when I ruptured my quad
Oh.
that was attached to my knee, the kneecap. And I thought, oh man, I did something bad. I could not get up. I couldn't. It was snapped. I could not get up, and I'm at the bottom of the stairs, right? So, what the hell's going on? So I must have laid there for about 20 minutes, and I was in pain too.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the pain started to kind of go away, and I was able to pull myself up finally. and I walked. I couldn't go up the stairs, so I walked over to the chair, and I went to sleep, thinking, okay, everything's going to be fine in the morning. Was not fine in the morning. I couldn't even get out of the chair and walk. I had to call somebody and take me to the hospital. And when I just ripped that right off the knee, which made my knee and my leg non-functional. Couldn't use it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, it was kind of scary. I mean, when you get that, where you know you can't walk, there's something physically wrong with you, and you cannot walk.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it was very, very scary. Very scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Spiritual Odyssey asked, anything happened to your back?
Like I said, I was fortunate. As I had my arms and hands, it kind of guided me. When I hit the bottom, it was just my back or my head did not hit the bottom. I got lucky.
Mm-hmm. Crystal J says Rob needs a life alert. Jeez.
Hello, I've fallen and I cannot get up.
And he does.
Yeah. And then last year I fell off the ladder, of course.
Right.
Screwed up the same knee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You may be just a wee bit accident prone.
Just a tad.
Maybe just a tad. One time I went knocking. Hey, listen to this. I guess so. I was knocking on a glass window. Well, I was pissed off at my buddy, and his screen door was glass, a big glass. So I'm pounding and mad at him one night, and I pounded so hard that my hand went through the glass, and I sliced open right from here to here.
Wow.
Where you could literally see the fat in your palm of your hand.
Ugh.
Yep.
And bleeding, and so I'm like, oh man. I'm thinking, what a pain in the ass this is, and I didn't want to go to the doctor, so I masking taped it together. You know,
electrical tape works too. Yeah.
He was masking. I did tape, and then you know what, you guys, and I've had several different surgeries, nothing major, where you can see like a scar, but nothing ugly. There's not a scar here after using tape. I cut it. I mean, you can't see. Not a scar, and it was like that deep. It was about 2 inches long. I said, man, you know what? Masking tape does work just as well as sutures.
Yeah, I guess so.
But of course, I got an infection because I didn't use any antibiotics. So I ended up back in the hospital anyway.
Right.
Well, I have to tell you that super glue is one of my best friends.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, because you don't think so, but when wood is cut, that the edges of it can be sharp like glass, and if you run your hand down it without putting a firm grip on it, it will cut you, and it'll cut you deep. Yep. And you don't even realize it. It's like getting a paper cut, but deep. And so at work, they don't have that kind of stuff, and you're like, I am not going up, up there, because then you got to go to the hospital and all this. It's right. I'm not doing that. So I got super glue in my bag, and I'll clean it up, make sure the wound's clean, and super glue, and away we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me. I throw triple antibiotic ointment on everything and throw a Band-Aid over it.
Yeah, I tell you.
Well, that's what I've got right now on my thumb. I cut it really good this last week. Well, super glue.
There you go.
Super glue works. It's kind of like that liquid Band-Aid, which I think is just a mild version of it. It's, it doesn't really work as well, but super glue will take care of it. Just make sure the wound's clean.
I discovered Gorilla Glue last year, and
yeah.
Be very careful with it for one, but yes, it worked. In fact, I used it on my buddies had a vehicle, and he had like the top of his plastic. I don't know what it was. It was a plastic piece on his car that flew off down the freeway. He stopped over and got this. It's like a fin, right, or whatever it was. So I went over. I said, "Yeah, I can fix that," because he used to take it to the bump shop. I said, "No, I'm gonna bring over some Gorilla Glue, man. Let's just hold it. Let's put it together." Hey, saving about $500 going to the bump shop to put this piece on, because that's what they would charge them. Everybody's ripping you off for anything with a car these days. So
Yep.
Gorilla
Wow.
Glue. I don't know that I believe that you can put it on a 500-pound cement block and lift it, with a crane. I don't believe that because I've seen those
Yeah.
commercials, but the stuff works. So
Yeah. Lovey Love says, haha, don't glue your wig on with it.
Hey,
Fortunately,
did anybody see that story where a woman used
yes,
Gorilla Glue in her hair
yes,
for like a gel? Oh my God.
that
and
would
you
be
know
awful.
what? And she had the nerve to sue the glue company.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I mean, that's common sense to me.
Yeah.
It's
Fortunately,
kind of like
Brandy
you
and
wouldn't
I,
have put
we have
super
enough
glue in
hair.
it.
Fortunately, Brandy and I have enough hair. We don't need a wig.
No.
No, but I'm not going to use it to style my hair either.
Don't they glue extensions, like when the girls wear the extensions? Hair
Yeah, it's a whole
extensions, isn't
different
it?
type of, yeah.
Yeah.
I
A
would,
lot of those extensions are braided in. Now, a lot of them are just clip-ons, things like that. But a
but
lot
they
of
do, and I want to call it more like hot glue.
yeah.
They'll use kind of like a hot glue substance to glue those
Mhm.
extensions in, and they'll put it in, put the glue with it, take a hot iron to it. That's the way they used to do it. Of course, that's when you see all the weird spots in their head. If they don't
Right.
brush their hair correctly, you're going to see all that glue. That's why they've adapted new techniques in doing it. But
Yeah.
I
No.
I just can't understand why you would use super glue. I wouldn't use Elmer's glue. I wouldn't use rubber cement. I wouldn't use any type of glue in my hair.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
No, me either.
Elmer's glue was always cool though. When you put it, you ever put it on your hand, let it dry.
Yeah, as a kid, I think we all did that, and then pick it off. Yeah. I sure wouldn't put it in my hair though.
Oh God, no way.
No, and I can't remember that happened a few years back. Oh gosh, I can't even remember her name, but it was a big deal. It was a big deal. She tried to sue the company for her using glue.
Did.
Somebody said in chat that she actually won the case.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. I mean, that makes no sense to me.
Just like
it was kind of like somebody bought McDonald's coffee and spilt it on themselves and sued them because it was hot.
I was going to say that because it was hot.
Well, you know what? I know a true story. So there was a guy, he owned a junkyard, and he had a dog in there that was not friendly, and the dog ran the junkyard for closed hours and this and that. He had a thief break in his junkyard. The dog bit the guy. He turned around and sued the junkyard and won because he was illiterate and couldn't read the beware of dog sign. True story.
Right.
That is crap. That is crap.
So, in other words, he had to have a Braille sign up and he would not have lost his case.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay.
Come on.
Kind of on topic, but off topic. When I lived in Florida many years ago, I had a conversation with a police officer talking about when can you shoot an intruder that comes into your home? Because they had this thing where people were breaking in and getting shot and then suing the homeowner that they broke into their house because they got shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this conversation with a police officer, and this was many years ago. And he said to me, all you got to do is step in a corner where you've got no way to get out. Doesn't matter where they are in the room. If you cannot get out of that room, shoot.
Yeah. And right here, Spiritual Odyssey says, this is right where I'd aim to, right there.
Yeah.
That comment.
But, and it's like these robbers were just breaking into people's houses, and then they would get shot, and then they would sue them. And I'm thinking,
that is so wrong.
How do you do that? And like I said, when I was in Florida, I had a conversation. I said, well, when can you shoot? And he said, just put yourself in a corner. Doesn't matter where they are in the room. They could be 20 feet away from you. But if you can't get out of the room, shoot.
Interesting.
So
I think if someone comes to my house late at night, I'm shooting.
Right? Me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't know
that's
what they're going to do to you or what their
No.
intentions are. Of course, their
Right.
intentions are not right to begin with.
right.
But they did say, though, just don't shoot them in their back.
Mm-hmm.
Because that
Yeah.
might be, they might be leaving, because this happened where I live not too long ago. Not right where I live, but about 10 miles away. An intruder broke in somebody's house, and the person in the home told them, we got scared, told him, it was an older man too, by the way, like in his 70s, his old
Yeah.
old guy.
Yep.
And hey, an older guy, someone breaking in. So the intruder did turn, and unfortunately for the old man, here's what happened. The guy was leaving his house, apparently, but he opened fire on him. He had a shotgun, shot this guy in the back, and the guy blew through the door and ended up dead on the guy's porch. Well, guess what happened to the old man?
He got in trouble.
He got in trouble. He was put in jail.
That's
Mhm.
awful.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's wrong.
that's not right to me. You know?
Me either. Yeah, I mean, he was protecting his home, and his family or whatever. That's just not right. That is not right.
And I feel like if the problem probably is that the man fell outside. If he fell outside on the porch, then legally he wasn't in the home.
Yeah. Also,
But I
too, the
think
fact
that-
that he did shoot him in the back had a lot to do with that as well.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
That was part
Oh,
of the
yeah.
case too. Yeah. I mean, but still, I mean, I guess I will say this. If someone broke my house and I told them, get the hell out of here, I got a gun. And if they did turn to go toward my door to leave, I'm not going to shoot them because I don't want to deal with that chaos, right? Of shooting somebody. But if they said, hell no, and they came at me, then I got no problem.
Right. Or if they were looking like they were grabbing something from their own, they could
Yeah.
possibly be grabbing a
You
gun or
don't know,
another
a guy
type of
could turn his
weapon.
back at you and pretend that he's leaving, but
Mhm.
reach in his front because he's going to wheel around and shoot at you. So you don't know what's going through your mind. So yeah,
Right.
it's just, especially if you get awoke in the middle of the night. So this petrifying thought, isn't it? I mean, it
Right.
is.
And here's the thing: none of us know what we would do unless it really
No.
happened to us.
Right.
I can't
Yeah.
say that I wouldn't pull the trigger because they're coming in for me or my family, my kids.
Right.
Chances are I
Yeah.
will pull the trigger.
Yeah, and it's very difficult because everything that I've been through and all the training and blah blah blah, they tell you in the training itself, there is going to be a consequence if you pull that trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of if it's legal or not,
Yeah.
you're going to have consequences, and it could be mental. So they prep us and kind of as best as they can, without putting us in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So would I do it? I probably would.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would, especially if it came more so to my children, my mother, if it came to them than myself.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
So
I wouldn't think twice about it when
yeah.
it comes to my kids.
I may close my eyes, but I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
if you close your eyes, you might miss.
Yeah. I'll look at them and close my eyes and pop.
Okay.
That's it.
At least have them jumping.
Yeah, but honestly, you've got to watch where you shoot them too, because if you shoot them in the groin area or anywhere near there, or hit a major artery and not even in the heart of the head, you're going to kill them anyway. So you've got to be very careful if you just want to hurt them.
I don't think.
But then they can turn around and sue you because you shot them and you shot them in the leg and they lost the leg. And they're going to turn around and sue you.
Brandy, if somebody comes to my house, I'm not going to try to find an arm or leg. I'm going to aim at the chest and pull the trigger.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easiest part to hit.
Yeah, that's the decision you've got to make. And like I said, through the training, they taught us that we do have a choice, and on how far we want to take it and what our fear level would be at the time. If I'm in fear for somebody's life,
Yeah.
It's going to be a kill shot for sure. But if it's somebody threatening, da 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 da, whatever, and they may have a knife and I may have a gun, but I know that they can hurt me if they got me. Well, I may just try to make them fall. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna try to make them go down without killing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard because you have to put yourself through the whole mental process.
Yes, and there's so much red tape. What if you shot someone in your intruder and they didn't even have a gun on them or a knife or something? Then all of a sudden you, the shooter, kind of looks like the bad guy. Well, this guy wasn't even armed.
Right.
Well, I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, in a woman's case, it's going to be a lot easier, only because men are stronger. They can outpower most women. So there is that. Women have it easier that way. Now if it were a man shooting, that's a whole different story.
Yeah,
it's true. Very true. What do you think about people in chat been talking about like the nanny cameras inside your house? I don't want cameras inside my house. What do you guys think about them?
Well, for me, unless I'm doing a closed circuit and I'm only doing it for my home, that's fine. But because of where I live, if I was doing like an ADT service or something like that, it won't work for me. I don't have the capabilities to have that out here.
Sure.
So it's just for me, it's unless I wanted to perhaps view something on the outside of my home, now that would be more beneficial for me.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have a camera inside my house. It's kind of.
Now, in today's world, if I had small children and somebody was watching them inside my home.
Well, that's different. Like today, right now,
would.
I would not. Yeah, in today's society, if I had kids, young kids, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm more, but today, no, I wouldn't have that, but I would have it on the out. I don't have
I would
cameras
have it on the outside.
but
Absolutely.
I don't have that currently. Like my buddy's got that. What do you call that? He's got such an annoying setup at his house because every time a car drives by his house, this thing goes off on his phone.
Right.
There's no way you can silence that. What do you call that? You can buy it like at Best Buy.
I think you can put it on apps or something. My daughter, my daughter has cameras all in her house too, and that's just. I mean, that's my kid, and I'll look up at it and be like, hey, she can hear sound and everything,
Right.
I don't know. I just, for me in my own house, I feel like, it's nobody else's business what I'm doing in my own house. I don't want.
Right. Well, and I was also thinking, putting myself in the situation, having cameras and whatever, and that is good for documentation, and that is sad that we actually need that. But where I live, it would approximately take them 15 to 20 minutes to get to my home. And that's just saying if they are where they normally are. If I have a state trooper maybe out for some reason in my area, that may be good, but that's an awfully long time to be faced with a situation like that. You're going to have to make a decision eventually, and 15, 20 minutes is too long to wait for a police officer to show.
Yeah.
And too, I got to tell you, it's really disturbing too. Is you guys remember this started going on many years ago especially when the holidays start coming around, and now that there's there's Amazon, so there's FedEx and there's all the delivery people, right?
Yeah.
And you guys know about the porch thieves. They'll go in the neighborhoods like around Christmas, they'll steal all the gifts or the packages that you're getting delivered.
Yeah.
And and many times people didn't get busted. And then the nest came out where it's on your porch, and as soon as someone comes up, to your porch, you got a picture of them or a video. So that kind of deterred that kind of deterred that for a while. But here's the thing about society, and if you're a criminal, you're going to be a criminal because now, because of this invention that we all have, or some of us have, these crooks are going to get it anyway. Now you see these videos; these guys are coming up in camouflage outfits, covering their faces, driving around, making sure there's no license plate on their vehicle. I mean, people go to no bounds to commit thievery. Broad daylight. I just seen this on the news. Some guy stole something off some guy's porch. The guy had like not a ghillie suit, but man, you couldn't tell if this was a man, a woman, black, white, yellow, green. The car was a piece of crap car, no license plate on it, and stole all this guy's shit off his porch at like 3 p.m. This guy. I mean, if you see, would you guys find that weird? Have you seen some dude in your neighborhood covered head to toe, covered?
Yes.
Yeah.
License plate on your car.
Yeah.
You know. And people do this. So that's another.
Yeah.
You know, take all that time and energy, do something productive, right?
Yeah. Well, I live on a busy road, and whenever I order Amazon and stuff like that, a lot of times I have it sent to my son's house. He works from home. So he's home, you know, so I'll get my packages from him just because I am gone a lot and stuff will sit out on my porch and it's a busy road and anybody can come by and swipe it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
just crazy.
Yep. It is crazy. It really is crazy. So anyway, Lovey Love says it's sleepy time, ain't it, y'all? Y'all ladies are so pretty and real. Rob puts a smile on my face. He's so genuine and can feel he's such a great dude. He is a great dude.
Oh, thanks, Lovey.
Thank you.
Make me blush now, Lovey.
I got to tell you, Rob, you know, I missed brunch the other day.
Oh.
And I missed you.
I missed you too, Krista. And I ready to text ready knows he's not, you know, you're my co-host when he goes back to working days. Text him, sorry, my friend. I got my new pal. I got my new sidekick.
It's over.
And
you're not getting
Krista, that was such a great show. I was really felt bad for you because you would have enjoyed it. You know, I Jessica Jones. And
I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it, but you know what?
Yeah, well, you'll probably. It's pretty good. We did the Dogman Island remote view.
Yeah.
And I will say this, great show. Everybody who haven't seen it, go check it out. I'm not getting into the whole Dogman Island story. It's in the book, and it's also, you know, on my videos. So about this island where these people came across this dogman. They've seen this dogman on this island. And again, the videos are an hour or 30 minutes a piece, you guys. So I'm not going to tell the whole story. So, but, you know, such a story that I said, Jessica, you know, I don't ask her to do a lot of remote viewing because she does it all the time. I'm like, hey, remote view this for me, would you? So we started doing this like last year. She started checking into it. Then she did a really good one in July. And she goes, yeah, Rob, man, that story, you know, again, what she goes, during the show, she never said it was dogman, but the things that are in this area on the Detroit River, she had these keywords and she saw things like, well, it was like, it would say evil presence, groups, committees, gatherings, you know, a lot of like malevolent type stuff. Well, perhaps. We even got into the research, you know, because she's big into this these underground bases, right? Or these faraway islands where they make creatures, right? Getting like sense of that, but she never said, look, it was a dog man or a werewolf, but got this sense of presence that yes, that island has something bad on it. So it was really cool show. I'll just leave it at that. You guys just go watch it. Very cool show.
Yeah.
And what I like most about it, it gave me validation because that story is quite out there. But she's been a remote viewer professionally for a long time, and a lot of things she told me added up to what was in the story. It really did. And there's things she said that's not even in the story, which is always a cool thing. So it gave me some validation. Yeah, thank God this guy wasn't BSing me. It was something this guy saw for sure, right?
Right.
So yeah, it was fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
In fact, we
Wow.
went like 2 hours, and I know me, I like going my hour and a half typically, but
Yeah.
it was just so much unpacking that. It was very
Right.
entertaining and
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. We're coming up to almost 3 hours, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The name of his show that he was on is called Brunch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob. That is at 12 p.m. Central or 1 p.m. Eastern. You can catch that on Thursday afternoons.
It was this
So
past
it was
Thursday.
just this past Thursday.
It's on my
Yeah.
channel. Spirit Show was last Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, I dropped a new video today.
I
Because
saw
do a
that.
video every Saturday. Yeah, you guys know of Ape Canyon. You remember that with the miners that were attacked by gorilla people? Well, this story I did today, you guys, maybe it wasn't actually gorilla people. Maybe it was this Indian tribe that has evolved into Sasquatch. And they would go out, yes, and they would steal babies. See, they got kicked out of this tribe. They were called the Sia. I wrote it down because I thought we would maybe go to the Siatik or the Siato, which are the Kalanta tribe in British Columbia or in Mount St. Helens area. And they also migrated to British Columbia. But they were a very fierce tribe. They were very big Indians, and they used to steal babies. They used to take, rape, and murder women. Yeah, from their tribe. So they got kicked out of the tribe. Now, allegedly, this group, they had a lot of like paranormal abilities. They could like read minds, and they could throw their voices from miles away, like ventriloquism. And they supposedly evolved into hairy giants or Sasquatch or Bigfoots.
Wow.
And allegedly, how the story goes with Ape Canyon is they were attacked by gorilla men. Well, this guy that told me this story, well, he didn't tell me. I've researched it. This guy says it was part of their tribe, and they kicked these evil Indians out of the tribe, and they evolved into what they are, and they are the ones that attacked the miners at Ape Canyon. So yeah, that was a show I dropped today. It's pretty cool. I set everything out of sequence there, but yeah, it's 10-minute video.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that for sure.
Yep.
Oh
absolutely. Yeah, I got a few things to put on. I am going to go when I go lay down, put on your show from Thursday though that I missed. So, yeah. Anyway, we're coming up to the 3 hour mark, and I want to throw some quick shout outs. Chris Nichols, we definitely appreciate that. Randy Harrington, you rock, and welcome to A Spiritual Odyssey and Paranormal Pixie for joining membership. Chris Nichols sent in too, and Donnie Cho, you're awesome. Thank you very much.
You're awesome. Exactly. And you know, it's just like all the new members. Now you get to see what Chris and I really do behind the scenes.
Right.
Could be a little crazy.
All you guys have these memberships now. Texas doing one. I'm just gonna make one for $1.99 because people like me.
There you go.
That's your benefit.
Exactly. You know, and then like I said, we put them exclusive content out there that nobody else gets to see until, if we let them see it. It's not until later. So it's awesome.
Yeah. I did drop one today, and it's just a goofy one from last weekend. We were all just being silly. So
yeah.
Well, I like the night ones every once. I couldn't do it like every day. Well, once a month is always cool.
Yeah.
I did one last month. You guys did one. Tex does one. Yeah, once a month I think would be cool if we all got together to do this. I
like doing these late night ones. So y'all stay tuned. You heard it from Rob. Maybe once a month you'll see us on in the middle of the night.
Might not know whose channel, but we'll be there.
That'd be good.
Somewhere we'll mix it up. That's right. Yeah. That's right. So anyway, we appreciate everybody spending your late evening, early mornings with us for sure. and just listening to us ramble. It was fun, and I had a good time with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michigan is Eastern time, by the way.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
for me. It's 2:46 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys is
Yep.
1:46, I think, right?
Right. Either way, it's wee early in the morning.
It's still early. It's still,
It's early.
Yeah.
Well, the bars are still open in Missouri.
Not for much
No.
longer.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no,
2 a.m.
bars at 1:30. Ours close at
Oh, do
1:30.
they? Really?
1:30. Yeah. I was gonna say
okay.
bar time is 1:15. Actually, if you want to know.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like last call and stuff.
It's
Yeah.
still 2 a.m. here. Yeah. When I owned mine, we closed at 2 and you didn't get out till 3:30. Because half the people,
No, right.
you know what
Right.
they did?
Here, the bar time is 1:15. They stop serving at 1:15 so they can herd everybody out the door and everybody be out by
Well, you
1:30.
know what they did, and
Right.
I kind of allowed it because I was kind of. They would get last call at like 1:30, 1:45 sometimes. But you know what they would do? Get 10 drinks. I mean, there's
Yep.
the pros and the cons. I'm making money, but I'm like, I want you people the hell out of here too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
I
never
would like to
left
go
there
home.
till 3:30.
Yeah.
That's why I used to
Mm.
sleep there all the time.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. All right. Well,
All right.
anyway, guys, we will all see you next week. And once again, thank you for the new members and for the super chats. We appreciate everybody. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Good night or
Very
good
good.
morning.
Good night, everybody.
Night and morning.
Bye.